as they arrive down at the start. So Poor Fan, very much the clear favourite now. Actually 9-4 Poor Fan and 11-4 Street Parade. So the gap between them has suddenly got much, much bigger. It's always amazing how much markets can change just in the last minute or so before the off. That's when a lot of activity takes place, of course. But there is Street Parade. Blindfold on for Stall's entry, but hopefully you'll go forward. Is pretty wily character these days. Poor Fan goes very much the clear to stall number 2. 9-4 Poor Fan and 11-4 Street Parade. So the gap between them has still got much, much bigger.
William Hill. Set deposit limits and take timeouts. That's fair play, fair value. Gamble responsibly. William Hill.
There is Street Parade. Blindfold on for Stall's entry.
Nearly all loaded. Last couple going to come forward. New York State of Mind. Good luck to the Purple Island. Racing Spotted Dog Partnership. They're out in force today. The famous Millen colours will be carried by Foster. Trevor Johnson with 4 pitches. Butler, Holmes, and one yourself. Dare to Dream Race that we saw. And Stuart Williams got the old favourite. Nearly all loaded. Last couple going to come forward. New York State of Mind. Good luck to the New York State of Mind. Spotted Dog Partnership. They're out handicapped today. Today, a very good afternoon. 2 Jared Hunt, Trevor Johnson with 4 pitches. Butler, Holmes, and one yourself. There's a cutaway we saw. And Stuart Williams got the old favourite. Nearly all loaded into the line. Set now. New York State of Mind. New York State of Mind. Spotted Dog Partnership. They're out handicapped today. A very good afternoon. 2 Jared Hunt, Trevor Johnson with 4 pitches. Butler, Holmes, and one yourself. There's a cutaway we saw. And Stuart Williams got the old favourite. Nearly all loaded. New York State of set now. New York State of Mind. New York State of Mind. They're out handicapped today. A very good afternoon. 2 Jared Hunt,
Trying to get there, but up front, still holds the lead here, still challenged by Have One Yourself. If behind those Street Parade getting going late, Have One Yourself is just in front here. Have One Yourself and Foster, they've completely dominated that first race. 12 finishes through. Street Parade is going down the outside. Street Parade trying to get there, but up front, still holds the lead here, still challenged by Have One Yourself. If behind those Street Parade getting going late, Have One Yourself is just in front here. Have One Yourself and Foster, they've completely dominated that first race. 12 finishes through.
We can't say any more about his trainer having a brilliant run. Having his brilliant winner. He's great. Obviously, victory. He would have said there as well. Wearing lovely as a listed winner. 14 without 2 feet. A really good winner at the side. And his trainer, his handicap, brilliant run. And his brilliant winner. Today, though, Sean, I think they're really on. Just have a look at this. They're 12 continue that positive very, very scrimmaging and his clarity and his brilliant runs. The difference between winning and losing today to his short Street Parade. Look at this. Very well. Continue will be even seen it on the screen shot.
Things can get tight as well. We're used to seeing that, but yeah, it's well highlighted. Jason, obviously, if you look at that, you're looking at it right now, is there any prospect of this
even seen it on the screen shot.
Things can get tight as well. We're used to seeing that, but yeah, it's well highlighted. Jason, obviously, if you look at that, you're looking
This program is sponsored by Bet365. This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Betting club limits any spending
Never gamble when angry or feeling low.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Never the answer.
Betting club limits any spending check on responsible gaming.
Never gamble when angry or feeling low.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Never the answer.
Check on responsible gaming.
Release some tax-free cash from the Telephone Retirement for the legal and general lifetime
My way of putting it by a place of its own.
If you're a homeowner, release some tax-free cash from the Telephone Retirement for the legal and general lifetime
My way of putting it by a place of its own.
A team of specialist advisors can talk about your sole actions, cash from the Telephone Retirement and the general lifetime Call us free on 0828-163-5669 now.
My way of putting it by a
Legal and general. For more coverage time. A team of specialist advisors can talk about your sole actions, cash from the Telephone Retirement and the general lifetime Call us free on 0828-163-5669 now. 990-799 Legal and general. For more coverage time. A team of specialist advisors can talk about your sole actions, cash from the Telephone Retirement and the general lifetime
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
We are off and racing instructed our apprentices and back here at Brighton things got very tight down on the inside there. The Ritter Service came across New York State.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
We are off and racing instructed our apprentices and back here at Brighton things got very tight down on the inside there. Strong positive.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
I mean, you're trying to just keep it simple. We're getting everything tied down. So look at the screen to go into the doctor. Everybody's had a little bit of advantage up over the last couple of campaigns, 5 to 5, 11, including this one for the current campaign. Pretty good. I mean, trying to just keep it simple. We're getting everything tied down. That's where we got into the doctor. It's been gone a little while. I mean, what happened to come with Holy Racing? So it's already given back. That's still going to be the campaign. Where do I start here? Including this one for the current campaign. It's really good. I'm trying to just keep it simple. We're getting everything tied down. That's where we got into the doctor. It's been gone a little while. I mean, what happened to come with Holy Racing? So it's already given back. That's still going to be the campaign. Where do I start here? Including this one for the current campaign. It's really good. I'm trying to just keep it simple. We're getting everything tied down. That's where we got into the doctor. Yeah, no bad habits. Don't think of any bad habits. It's been gone a little while. I mean, and things have gone quite well. And that's why it's already given back. That's still going to be the campaign. Where do I start here?
John Button there, he stayed clear of that. He sort of followed in New York State of Mind, I suppose. New York State of Mind, maybe.
Yeah, no bad habits. Don't think of any bad habits. It's been gone a little while. I mean, and things have gone quite well. And that's why it's already given back. That's still going to be the campaign. Where do I start here?
John Button there, he stayed clear of that. He sort of followed in of course, New York State of Mind, I suppose. New York State of Mind, maybe.
Yeah, no bad habits. Don't think of any bad habits. It's been gone a little while. And things have gone quite well. And that's why it's already given back. That's still going to be the campaign. Where do I start here?
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Big challenges, big ones, big goals,
And this program is sponsored by Bet365.
Orange free-to-play football Super Series. This week's big game just got better. Predict full match stats and you can win free betting and £50 cash. Football Super Series. Big free-to-play every week from big ones. Big goals.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Orange free-to-play football Super Series. This week's big game just got better. Predict full match stats and you can win free betting and £50 cash. Football Super Series. Big free-to-play every week from big ones. Big goals.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Orange free-to-play football Super Series. This week's big game just got better. Predict full match stats and you can win free betting and £50 cash. Football Super Series. Big free-to-play every week from big ones. And now entertainment, Sky Max and Sky Atlantic.
Hurry, this offer ends Thursday. Join BT today.
Sometimes we put off the important things, like helping to provide financial protection for your family if the worst should happen.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. You're speaking to Lisa. How may I help you?
Hi. Your advert for life insurance says I can arrange cover over the phone with no complicated forms.
Yes, that's right. As long as you're a UK resident, aged 18 to 64, you can apply for a benefit amount of £60,000 up to £750,000.
Great.
You won't need a medical or a blood test, just a few health and lifestyle questions to answer. I just need to get your age and smoker status.
I'm 32 and a non-smoker.
OK, if you choose a £100,000 benefit amount, it's £6.89 a month.
That's affordable and covers our mortgage.
We'll send you a free will kit with your policy. And as a thank you, you'll get back 10% of your first year's premiums. That's the Smart Cashback.
With Smart Insurance, you can help protect your family's future. Take out a policy today to receive your free £100 Amazon gift card. So call Smart Insurance on 0800 904 7462 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
inside. Marco Gianni and Real World have won by many lengths.
Blessing is getting up. Blessing, a masterclass by Jamie Spencer.
Redemption day for Frankie. Inspiro, inspired.
Yes, Racing League returns to your screens on Thursday. We'll be at Newcastle this time. It's week 3, event 3 of the season. And all the team managers will be beavering away at the moment, talking to all of their trainers. Lots more trainers involved this year, of course. We've got the regional setup of the different teams as well. And team managers will be planning and plotting away to see who wants to race and how they can fit their trainers into their allowance in each race. You'll see it all live with us on Sky Sports Racing on Thursday. Now, somebody who's looking forward to that is Joanna Mason. She's part of Team Yorkshire. Doesn't know yet whether she'll be riding on Thursday up at Newcastle. That's down to team manager Leona Mayer and the trainers involved. We'll find out in due course. But we did speak to Joanna earlier on about her chances at Southwell today. She got 4 rides at Southwell. I began by asking her what she makes of Southwell now that Tapeta surface is settled in.
Look, I can't complain too much because the horses seem to be running well on it. You know, it has been riding a little bit on the slow side with the heat. But yeah, no, it's riding well. And like I say, I can't really complain too much when the horses run well.
No, plenty of them running well for you. 1 or 2 that you're riding today have got good records at Southwell. Let's have a look at your rides today. 4 in total for Joanna at Southwell this afternoon. Carlton & Co. in our first there at 6:10. This afternoon. So grateful, perhaps the best of them, but we'll get Joanna's view on what's the best of them. Of course, she'll make that decision. Ring of Gold 5-1 and Fire in the Rain a 14-1 shot, but quite an interesting 14-1 shot potentially. Let's have a canter through them with you, Joanna, while we've got you. Carlton & Co. we should start with in the 6:10. First time in a handicap after a few starts. What do you make of her?
Yeah, no, I think she's got a good chance. She has been running well. Like you say, first time in the handicap. I think she's probably quite a big price there at 8-1. She's dropping back a furlong, but she showed early speed the last day at Redcar, so I don't think the 6 furlongs will be a problem for her. I think she's got a good chance.
Hugh Taylor's put one up in that race, so not that will bother you too much, but Gabriella's Spirit has been well packed as a result of getting the Hugh Taylor nod. International Boys seems popular as well. But no, I'd agree with you. It looks a fair mark to start with, doesn't it? 70. She's only run on the turf so far. Would she have worked on something similar to Peter? Presumably she would with the dry spell we've had. Yeah,
look, we've obviously got a gallop at home. You know, just whether all of ours are running well because of our gallop, well, hopefully it relays. But, you know, yeah, it's the first time she's probably been on a Tapeta. But like I say, it doesn't seem to bother any of our horses, so hopefully that's also a positive. Well, it could be a good start. We'll see how she goes in the opener. But in the 6:40 race, you got So Grateful, who you know plenty about, Joe, of course, because his last 2 wins have been for you. Last time out and 2 starts ago, of course, his success. £5 penalty. He's giving lumps of weight away, but in some ways that can be a good thing, I always think, because you're by some way the best horse in that race. Yeah, he's a big, sturdy horse. You know, he won quite impressively here. He's obviously going up the handicap now. And I think the idea with my uncle and my granddad said this was our last chance in the Class 6 and against this grade of horses. So it was one of those you had to take your chance for it. You know, anything 6 furlongs would have been ideal. We're dropping back to 5. We haven't run over 5 for a long while. That would be the only little flag. But look, he's got early speed. He jumps. He's a strong traveller. And hopefully his class can just outweigh with the rest of the horses. So, you know, again, he's in good form, he's in good order. You know, I'd put a line through the race at Nottingham. We jumped out, we ran a bit too keen, and we just fell a bit in the hole. So, you know, he runs well around Southwell. And again, I think he's got another good chance today. Yeah, absolutely. Over the shorter trip today, as Joanna mentioned, So Grateful. But very much a horse in form, and he's taking the extra few pounds, as it were, to stay in Class 6 for one more time, which I was quite a fan of, I must say. Ring of Gold, we should mention as well, who we haven't seen for a while, was winning last time we did see him, but what can we expect from him today after the layoff? Yeah, look, he's obviously having his first run after quite a few days off, so, you know, hopefully he's in good order. You know, he was in very fine form
Obviously was running, I think he ran 3 times within 8 days or something, was it? And winning 2 of them. So we seem to think he likes the all-weather, coming past horses and flying home. And, you know, he's quite impressive at Kempton the last day. He has had a bit of time off. So, you know, hopefully he doesn't need the run, but that would be my only thing. But look, the guys at home do a good job, and hopefully we've got him there and back to track.
Yeah, he kind of earned a break, didn't he, really, after a busy spell. It was so long ago, Joanna, that you were claiming £3 when you were winning on him there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's been a bit of a whirlwind since I changed professional, obviously riding on the amateur circuit, and due to COVID changing, obviously I claimed 5 then when I changed, and I've soon kind of got through my claim and riding without a claim now. So, you know, it's gone better than I've ever thought. And I do sometimes keep thinking, oh God, that could have just done with the £3 off. But no, I suppose you earn your right to lose your claim, don't you? So got to embrace that. You
look positive, you look happy, and you're riding plenty of winners as well, Jess. So no regrets about that move, right time now?
Yeah, no regrets at all. You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, whether I probably should have years ago. And I've not looked back since.
Well, Joanna goes in the last there at 8:45.
Yeah, Fire of the Rain. She actually ran an all right race with me at Beverley quite a bit back when we first got her, being a bit outpaced and running on. And she actually ran another good race at Beverley with Shane Gray, probably looking into a bit of trouble and then flying home. The visor's back on today, obviously, when she ran well. I just think she's got a bit of her own mind about the game, if I'm honest. So hopefully try and ride her like she thinks she's not knowing what she's doing, and you know, come through them and hopefully gain her confidence, passing horses, that sort of way. But yeah, no, we do think she's probably got a little bit of a mind about the game. Yeah, good stuff. Now, you are part of Team Yorkshire, of course, in the Racing League. Joanna, are you riding this week? I'm not sure. I've not heard from Leona yet, but she'll be at the moment deciding what jockeys and what horses are going to be declared tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be on the list. But obviously it's down to, you know, the trainers and what they're running and who's the best available. Yeah, lots of trainers involved in the teams this year. And this whole regional thing. Great that Yorkshire gets his own team, of course, which is only right. Only right. What do we call it? God's own country. But no, definitely. You know, it's obviously they've improved a few things from last year. I wasn't actually part of it last year, but you know, honoured to be part of it this year. And I suppose doing the area regions is quite good because everyone can kind of link onto a team. Whereas before, I think there was, you know, sponsored, complicated names, and it kind of lost me a little bit. But at least an area, you know, if you're from that, you can and support them and watch the racing. And it's quite obviously different teams and your colours. So, you know, it seems to be going down quite a hit. Okay. Well, I'll let you get on, Joanna, and wait for Leona's call, which hopefully will come tomorrow, which is doing the decks as team manager for Team Yorkshire. Final word, best chance of today. I suggested it might be So Grateful, but what do you think? What's your best chance tonight? Yeah, I'd probably go for So Grateful. Like I say, it is a drop down to 5, but I think we're good enough. Like I say, embracing the lower class horses, probably for the final time at the moment with the handicap going up. So yeah, I'd say it was So Grateful. A bit cliche being the favourite, but we're hoping a good chance. But I think they've, you know, especially the 3, I think they've all kind of got a good each way chance really. So hopefully another successful day today. Yeah, no, you can make a little case for all of them that we talked about, I think. Good stuff, Joanna. Many thanks for your time today. Appreciate that. No worries. Thank you very much. Joanna Mason chatting to us earlier on today. She's off to Southall this afternoon. She was telling us earlier she's got some 2-year-olds they're going to put through the starting stalls up at Southall, so she's got a busy day. Probably out riding work this morning and riding into this evening as well. Off to Clairefontaine we go next. This is race number 2 on the card, which is the Turjan Maiden Stakes for 3-year-olds. All geldings, this field. Non-runners number 8. Just try and see who it is who's spread a plate by the look of things. Oh, just about to see the race card number 1. Is it number 1? Could be, couldn't it? Tuscan Sky. Prominent in the market, Tuscan Sky goes in the Khalid Abdullah Silks, the Judmont Silks, and has raced 7 times. He's managed a few places so far, including last time out at Moron in a Class 3 €8,000 race.
was second. Prior to that was second at Le Touquet, had Skirto behind. Skirto reopposes today. Favourite though, and hot favourite, is Promeneur. And Promeneur, trained by Christophe Ferland in the Wertheimer brothers colours, famous blue and white colours, is a pretty hot favourite. Was second at Montmarsan last time out. That was Promeneur's third start. He's the only colt in here. I said they were geldings. He's the one colt Promeneur by De Barwi. And the market confident that he could be a cut above these. He's got a French rating of 34 kilos compared to Tuscan Sky's 32. And he's got potentially the bigger upside in terms of potential improvement, you'd have thought as well. This is a long distance race. It's mile 6 furlongs plus, 1 mile 6 furlongs and 91 yards, which is further than any of them have been before. Tuscan Sky was run over a mile 5. His second last time out at Moran was over a mile 5. Promeneur's never been beyond a mile and a half though. Montmarsan last time out was 1 mile 4 and a quarter to be exact. We went close in that maiden behind a horse called Alana. So we're going to be waiting a little while here at Clairefontaine by the look of things. So let's see what's happening at Brighton with Jason.
Right, so runners in the paddock. Clive, we're going to catch hold of one or two of these. Just at the top, we are going to zoom in on the red-hot favourite here, which is Red Treasure, who goes for Ed Dunlop. And she ran a really, really nice race on debut at Windsor. She was second in a tidy little contest, and look, she's just a little bit babyish. Having a look at her, that's what you want to see. The way she's wandering around after that initial experience, she's taken it all in, a keen interest. You know, she's walking out well, but not a sweat mark on her, so no problem as far as that is concerned. Oh, Red Treasure, the daughter of Muhara, is our rider, Holly Doyle. She's going to give her the spin around here. I certainly couldn't knock her. I'm trying to find one or two of the others. Let's have a look at horse number 3 is following, or just in front. That's Highland Mac. The dam of Highland Mac is actually an unraced half-sister to a Rafa, who was a top-class performer, so the pedigree is there. And daughter of Glen Eagles, George Bowie, Connor Planus taking off the 7 as far as Highland Mac is concerned, Sean. Good luck, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Runners in the parade ring there. Just a jockey change for you. Number 5, Lady Amanda. Aidan Keeley claiming 5 rides. That replaces Sean Levy. That may be a traffic issue, I'm not sure. Aidan, of course, was here for the apprentice race and rode in that for Tony Cowley. He rides here for Richard Hannon. Aidan Keeley rides Lady Amanda, claiming 5 in our next at Brighton. Meanwhile, at Clairefontaine, they've finished replating Tuscan Sky. By the look of things, Tuscan Sky already loaded into stall number 3. I think that's Ultra Merino going forward into 4. Eve just planted himself, Ultra Merino, so going to have another go with him. A little bit behind schedule now. The horse needed the attention of the farrier to put a shoe back on by the look of things there. Tuscan Sky, that's all been done. Courting is in stall number 2, which is effectively stall number 1 because Le Grand Debat was drawn in 1, so, and that's a non-runner. Okay, nearly there. Promeneur will go into stall number 7, which is not quite the widest stall. Jazz Tom will be widest of all. That's Gallagher Star, having a 3rd racecourse run. Gallagher Star ran in a maiden last time, was a big price, been pretty big price for both his runs so far, both at Clairefontaine. Over a mile and a half, steps up to the mile 6 today. Gallagher Star, big price, 18 to 1 once again today. Goes forward nicely though on his 3rd racecourse appearance, Gallagher Star. commentator today for our French action is Richard Swainston. Decent crowd at Clairefontaine by the look of things for a Monday afternoon. Let's go and join Richard.
It was lovely here yesterday at Dougal yesterday, just around the corner, whereas Leon Danger was making very nice at all. Justin will be the last to go. 3-year-old Colton Gelding's Maiden. Reminder, number 8 is a non-runner, leaving number 7. And this is Jazz Tom, one of the debutants going forward. Just about ready for race 2. And we're off. 3-year-old Colton Gelding's Maiden, over 2,900 metres. The one that was slow away there was one of the debutants, Jazz Tom, but as I say, just shy of 1 mile and 7 furlongs, 1.6½ to be precise, for these now 7 maidens, with Le Grand Débat being a non-runner. Tuscan Sky going on in the Judmonte Silks there from on the outside Ultramarino. Of the 3 debutants, that was the one that was attracting some decent support. Gallego Star is in between the pair of them. Then we've got Courting, Alex Roussel, followed through by the favourite there, Promeneur, in the Batima Silks. And behind that one was Skirto, and the back marker is Jazz Tom. So away but in touch as they come down the home straight for the first time. So Tuscan Sky, who's 0 from 7, its career so far, is leading from Ultramarino and Courting. Behind those is Gallego Star. That's 0 from 2. Railink Gelding, that one. Gallego Star currently in 4th place, followed through by Promeneur, Maxime Guillaume there, and behind that the dark jacket Skirto, and Jazz Tom is the back marker. They passed the winning post, a circuit to go, and it's Tuscan Sky out in front. On the outside of that one, taking a wider course, is Ultramarino, Theo Bachelot, Tuscan Sky, Clement Lecouvre. Back behind those is Courting, Alex Roussel. On the outside of that one is Gallego Star. And then followed through by Promeneur. Behind those, the dark jacket Skirto, and the back marker remains Jazz Tom as they head towards the far side, coming in towards the final 1,600 metres. And it's Tuscan Sky out in front, joined on the outside by Ultramarino. Then we've got Courting in 3rd place with Gallego Star in 4th. And behind those, the favourite there, Promeneur, followed by Skirto. Skirto, who's 0 from 2, 6th on debut, 3rd last time out, and the back marker is Jazz Tom. So continuing down the far side, approaching the final 1,200 metres, and Tuscan Sky still joined on the outside by Ultramarino. Gallego following that one through, then the stripes of Courting on the inside. Promeneur comes next, followed through by Skirto, and the back marker throughout has been Jazz Tom. So coming towards the turn out the back straight, and this is Tuscan Sky. It's Lope de Vega Gelding leading from Courting just behind that one, on the outside Ultramarino, there followed through by Gallego. Oh dear, that's Tuscan Sky has broken down. Tuscan Sky, as they make their way out of the back straight and head towards home. As they do so, it is Gallego Star on the stands rail. On the outside there's Promeneur, also Courting is prominent, and back behind those is Ultramarino, followed through by Skirto as it comes through the closing stages in towards the final 200, and it is Promeneur being bustled along here by Maxime Guillaume. On the inside there is Courting, Alex Roussel, but it is Promeneur from Courting, gap back to Gallego Star, but Promeneur is going to win this main, from Courting in 2nd, Gallego Star 3rd, and Ultramarino back in 4th.
So number 4, Promeneur, the only colt in this field, which was otherwise Gelding's, wins and wins well. Market said he was a cut above these, and so it's proved. Number 4, Promeneur winning. 2nd was number 6, Courting, and they were clear of the 3rd place horse, which was number 2, Gallego Star. 4 beat 6, only 7 ran. Fingers crossed for Tuscan Sky. That looked nasty, didn't it? Breaking down, losing his action there. Tuscan Sky may not be as serious as it first looked, but we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed for Tuscan Sky. He was one who had an issue with his shoe, isn't it, before the race? No indication those are linked, of course, but we'll see how things pan out there. Now, Brighton runners are at the start. That's Holly Doyle. She's on board Red Treasure in those famous colours. Red Treasure is our 5-6 favourite here at Brighton. Solid. Lady Amanda next in. Don't forget the jockey change there. Aidan Keeley claiming 5 now on board Lady Amanda. Interesting that that one's so strong. On debut for Richard Hannon, 7-2. 7-2 also about Georgiava. 12-1. Highland Mac and Globalisation, the outsider on 4-0. 40-1. They're down at the start at Brighton.
It's fast. It's fearless. It's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
So the first one has been offered up for 135 here, and I mean, Georgiava at the top, daughter of Havana Great, 17,000 yearling, half sister to plenty of winners. So interest with her, Globalisation, couple of spins on the team for the Johnny Butler squad. They're looking for a quick fire double, the daughter of Ribchester, and as John did mention about the debutant for the Hannon camp, always to be respected, obviously Aidan Keeley taking off a valuable 5, but Red Treasure for me at 5-6. There's Highland Mac going up. Here's John.
Thank you, Jason. All set. They're off and racing, jumping away. The outsider Globalisation nudged into an early advantage ahead of the favourite Red Treasure, who has got Lady Amanda for company towards the inside, and then to the outer Georgiava, and the back marker early is Highland Mac. So they move on down the hill, about to take this turn in, with just 4 furlongs left to run. Globalisation has opened up to lead here by a couple of lengths. Georgiava's in second place. Now moving up into a third position is Highland Mac, just ahead of Red Treasure. Red Treasure just nudging away Holly Doyle on the favourite, with only one behind, and that one is Lady Amanda. And Holly getting a little bit more vigorous now on Red Treasure, asking this warm favourite to up her ante as they come now down to the final 2 furlongs. The leader is Globalisation, drifting off stand side with Georgiava, and now Red Treasure moving into top gear. Highland Max in behind them, and so too Lady Amanda as they move now to the final furlong. Georgiava here on the outside with Red Treasure. These two go on. They've gone on from Globalisation in third place. Great scrap here. Georgiava just in front from Red Treasure, who tries to battle back on the far side. Georgiava is home. That one's for Carl Burke from Red Treasure. They were on from Globalisation and then Lady Amanda. Last home was Highland Mac.
Georgiava goes in. Clifford Lee, an official rating of 64 for the daughter of Havana Grey. And if you go back, obviously Carl, the trainer of Havana Grey as well. And I'm pretty sure, didn't I see later on he's got another runner on the card with Clifford on board, also by a sire that Carl used to train as well. I will get to it. Yes, got a Sweet Fortune later on, who was a champion 2-year-old on the Prix Mornay, daughter of Unfortunately, who goes later on, whereas Havana Grey, he also was the Malcolm winner, the Flying 5, and certainly a speedy family. And when you think about it, he only stands, what is it, for 6,000 at Whitsbury Manor Stud. So Carl Burke, the Northern Raider, comes down. Clifford Lee on board, and they get it done. Clifford, of course, was on the outsider of 2 the other day for a big win at the York meeting as well. Red Treasure, I thought she was coming through to win as they got to the bottom of the hill and starts to make ground down towards the inside. But the filly, with all the experience, just has enough to hold on.
Yes, she does indeed. Red Treasure took a lot of stoking, Red Treasure, to get going, but she couldn't get past Georgiava here. It's officially rated 64, Georgiava, and I guess Red Treasure fans will be a little bit disappointed she couldn't get the better of Georgiava, but a bit of experience, which is quite an asset round Brighton, as Jason has just described. Clifford Lee strong there for Carl Burke on board Georgiava, who takes our maiden at Brighton. Red Treasure in second place. George Arthur beats Red Treasure. They went without number 4, Hill Cove, so 5 ran at Brighton. Our next port of call is Chepstow, where we're about to get underway. This is our first race of the day at Chepstow. Mighty Gurkha. Be interesting to see what price Mighty Gurkha is, and actually whether he does in fact go off favourite, because he's been rather uneasy in the market, Mighty Gurkha. He probably still would be favourite for the race, you would assume, but he was put in about a 7-4 shot, Mighty Gurkha, and he's about to open more like a 3-1 shot, apparently, Mighty Gurkha. There's a shot of him, making his way around the parade ring. 7-4 early on, more like a 3-1 shot now. Tight 3-1 on the exchange market. Maybe he'll open 11-4 or something like that. We'll see shortly. Those that have been back, well, Newton Jack was well supported earlier on today. Let's find out how they look, though, with Luke.
Well, this is Mighty Gurkha, Boise, who very fast horse, obviously steps up in trip today, but Archie's horses continue in really, really good form. Even had a winner jumping the other day when I was at down at Newton Abbot. But yeah, he's an interesting one. Taylor Fish, of course, is one of a number of apprentices really making a name for himself. I was really impressed with Connor Planas, what he's been doing. But he's had 7 winners. Literally in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. He's flying along. He's based now with Archie, and he's got a cracking chance here. He's won 3 of his 22 starts. He has been second on numerous occasions. 5 times that he's been second. I remember him first time up, I think it was, at Lingfield, when he came out the gate like an absolute rocket. No one ever saw hide nor hair of him. But he has been drifting, but I don't know, doesn't bother me. He looks really well in himself, and yeah, no worries at all. Let's just drop back to the horse behind him, Little Boy Blue, who is trained by Bill Turner. Ben Sanderson takes the ride. Horse who likes to bounce out, likes to be handy, and last time we saw the horse in the winners' enclosure was at Brighton. That was off a mark of 80. Had a few pounds higher this time around, but I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. Jock's just coming in. Actually see Ben just having a chat with Bill Turner there. Anyway, that's Kathy who's leading the horse up. Who's tell us a quick word with Taylor whilst you're here. Saviour, you all right?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you're flying along. You are.
Getting going now.
It is, isn't it? It's funny, from being so quiet, then suddenly.
Yeah, boom. Exactly. The first one come in, and then they just kept rolling from there, really.
And you must have a good chance here, haven't you?
No, definitely. Yeah, he's obviously got a lot of form behind him. He's gelded now, but he should run well again. His favourite.
I was just saying, I remember at Lingfield, he doesn't have to come out of stalls quick, doesn't he?
No, hopefully he'll break well today and just get me near the front and we'll ride a race from there, really. First time over 7, I think, for a while.
Yeah, yeah. But and this ground, I mean, it's only going to be good. I mean, it's surely not a big difference, is it? Or
no, I don't think so.
Right. Okay, good man.
Hopefully not.
Well, no, hopefully not. No. But I hope your run carries on. Good luck, Taylor. Good luck. What else we got here? Let's have a look at some of these. Some of the bigger priced horses just coming past. Here's number 5. That's Fan Gorn. No, sorry, that's Painless Potter just going past. Sean Lysett. He's just actually, I was just speaking to Sean, he's actually just moved yards. He's over at Richard Phillips's place now, sharing a stable over there, and just saying how much he really enjoys it. The facilities are absolutely excellent, but this horse would obviously need to run an awful lot better than he did last time.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
We're all busy, but sometimes put off the important things, like helping to provide financial protection for your family if the worst should happen.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. You're speaking to Lisa. How may I help you?
Hi. Your advert for life insurance says I can arrange cover over the phone with no complicated forms.
Yes, that's right. Would you like a quick quote?
Please.
OK, as long as you're a UK resident, aged 18 to 64, you can apply for a benefit amount of £60,000 up to £750,000 to give you and your family peace of mind.
Great.
You won't need a medical or a blood test, just a few health and lifestyle questions to answer. I just need to get your age and smoker status.
I'm 32 and a non-smoker.
OK, if you...
Policy today to receive your free £100 Amazon gift card. Call 0800 880 7764 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
At Bet365, we take horse racing very seriously. We go out of our way to feature every race that matters. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. We're the world's favorite online betting brand for many reasons. Horse racing is just one of them. Gamble responsibly.
We've got big shows, big broadband, and huge savings. For only $34.99 a month, get brilliant broadband and world-class TV with Netflix, and now entertainment including Sky Max and Sky Atlantic. That's a saving of £323. So you can watch big shows like Stranger Things on Netflix and unmissable comedy dramas like Breeders on Now. At $34.99 a month, it's worth every penny. Hurry, this offer ends Thursday. Join BT today.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Terrific tussle in our second race at Brighton. Sees George Arthur just holding off Red Treasure here. Strong drive from Clifford Lee. Let's hear more with Jason.
Clifford, hot form at the moment after York. First one on the board for the boss. Nice little performance.
Thanks, yeah. She's done it well. She's been knocking on the door with a couple of her runs, and this was an easy race here today, and she's done well.
Yeah, and obviously the boss trained Havana Grey as well, so extra special for the team.
Yeah, it's all good. It's even better when he gets another winner from his siblings. It's great.
You've got two more, Red Alert and also Sweet Fortune. Both look to have chances.
Yeah, Red Alert, he's come down a few pounds now. He's one of them in the higher mark. Hopefully he can do the job here in a minute. Fingers crossed.
And the other one is a daughter of Unfortunately, who Carl used to train as well.
Yeah, she's not as quick as him, unfortunately. But over the mile, all she does is gallop. She won at Wolverhampton the last day. Hopefully she can do it today.
And what about Swing Along? That was a brilliant success, wasn't it, at York in the Low there? She looked great.
Yeah, she was brilliant. She was in great form. She had every chance. The boss was very confident in her, even against Dramatized, you know. 6 furlong, she'd been a nice filly. It was great.
Yeah, a lot to look forward with. What did you make of the boxing on the weekend? I know you're pretty useful in the ring. What do you think of the fight on Saturday?
It was a good fight. The pair of them was brilliant in the ring, but the best man come on top.
12 rounds tough though, isn't it?
It's a long time to go. It's a long time. 12 rounds feels like forever.
Well done. Good luck. Good start here.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Clifford Lee looking pretty strong himself there in that finish at Brighton. Now you can see the rain on the camera there at Chepstow. It has made a difference. They're calling it good all over now at Chepstow. It was good to firm, good in places. Good all over the going description at Chepstow, just to confirm ahead of our first race, and we'll get some feedback from the jockeys after that first race. There has been a bit of a sort of light drizzle around since, what, an hour or so before racing when Luke was first chatting to us, I suppose, and it's not heavy, the rain. It's more of a sort of misty, fine drizzle by the look of things, but beginning to make its presence felt, I suppose you could say. Now, we were speculating before the Brighton race there what price this Mighty Gurkha would go off. Well, 11 to 4 now is the price. Considerably bigger than he was. 7 to 4 was generally the price for Mighty Gurkha earlier on, but he's 11 to 4 now. Did actually open at 5 to 2 in the end, but goes 11 to 4. So been resistance to him. Max Dilemma next in on 18 to 5. Fangorn 9 to 2. That was more like a 6 to 1 shot earlier on. Little Boy Blue 5 to 1. That was more like an 8 to 1 shot. Newton Jack was one that I mentioned earlier as a bit of a springer in this market. 5 to 1 now. Top price of 10 to 1 earlier on this morning, so certainly been money for that. But the next sort of 3 or 4 in the market all tightening up. As Mighty Gurkha weakens a little bit. Just a reminder, we've got some good action to come on Saturday here on Sky Sports Racing. We'll be off to Windsor, not for our normal Monday night visit, but that season has finished, of course, but for a good day of racing on Saturday, including one of the highlights of the whole Windsor campaign, the Group 3 Winter Hill Stakes. Always a good race, that, and you'll see that live with us here on Sky Sports Racing. Got a listed race on that card as well, so it's a good card, 7-race card at Windsor on Saturday. Winter Hill.
It's fast, it's fearless, it's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
Slightly smug sort of, I think it's just a bit misty, a little bit of drizzle, Boise. It might be from where you're sitting, but it's absolutely lashing down now. So there's me saying it won't change the ground. It's good now, as you've already said, but it is going to get softer. It's proper rain as they start going forward. There's Little Boy Blue, who will no doubt bounce out. He won a couple of starts back at Brighton. Coming forward then is number 4, Max Dilemma, Gina Mangan on board. Gina had a lovely win, a biggest win of her career yesterday for Heather Main at Sandown. This horse has been running well, and of course there's one here over this course and distance. That was Gilt Edge just going forward for local trainer Chris Mason. And there is the Mighty Gurkha. They're all in. The man with the call is John Blance.
Stand by, they're off and racing in the Dragon Bet Apprentice Handicap over the 7 furlongs. Newton Jack a little bit slowly away. Max Dilemma got a good start, so too did Fangorn. That's your leading duo as they just gravitate towards the stands rail. Then Little Boy Blue, the white cap towards the centre of the track is Mighty Gurkha in the blue. Newton Jack is there as well, the red cap racing isolatedly. Gilt Edge is in the orange colours just being nudged along, and Painless Potter is somewhat outpaced at the moment as they make their way towards the halfway point in the contest. It's Max Dilemma out in front and Newton Jack down the centre of the track. Fangorn in the black and light blue, followed then by Mighty Gurkha in the blue jacket. Then Little Boy Blue. Gilt Edge seems to be racing slightly more kindly now than she was in the early stages, and Painless Potter's tailed off. Down towards the final 3 furlongs they come, and inside them now Max Dilemma travels strongly on the sharp end to down the centre of the track Mighty Gurkha. Then Newton Jack even further out, followed then by Fangorn. Gilt Edge is trying to throw down a challenge, and Little Boy Blue. Painless Potter still tailed off. Final 2 furlongs. Max Dilemma has travelled strongly throughout to Gilt Edge, who now moves into second. Mighty Gurkha down the centre of the track. Then Little Boy Blue's got the grandstand rail to help. Down towards the final furlong they come, and it's Max Dilemma who's been on the sharp end throughout, still leads by a couple of lengths to Gilt Edge, who races in second. Little Boy Blue in third. Down towards the final half furlong now, and it's Max Dilemma still with a 2 or 3 length advantage and racing up towards the line. Max Dilemma has bossed this race to win it. Gilt Edge finished in second, followed then by Little Boy Blue into third. Painless Potter from a long way off to finish in fourth.
Absolutely delighted for Gina. She had a really good day at Sandown yesterday, and she's got a busy day actually. She's got more rides than William Buick. She's got 4 rides today, and she knows this horse really, really well. That's the 6th time that he's managed to get his head in front. He's been running well as well. He ran well at Brighton, he ran well at Newmarket, and yeah, he's won this pretty nice actually, beating the mare Gilt Edge, who again has run another sound race. But yeah, it's a case of this lad. It's a case of asking him rather than really telling him, because you see he's got those cheeks on. He doesn't like to be bullied. It's quite a decent price in the end, 4 to 1. You saw her just give the horse just a smack in her left in the backhand position, just to keep him on the ball, and just pushing him out hands and heels. I said that would have been yesterday, would have been probably Gina's biggest ever winner. But, yeah, really nice performance there. And Max Dilemma then returns the 4-1 chance.
Yeah, raced really prominently throughout, but still the last to come off the bridle. Really dominant display from Max Dilemma under Gina Mangan. Did come right across to that rail in the end, which seemed to help him late on. 4-1 Max Dilemma. Gilt Edge 9-1 in second place. Third home for your information and for TriCast and what have you was number 2, Little Boy Blue, back in third place. Mighty Gurkha a little bit disappointing in the end. Market was a bit weaker. You can see on those shots what Luke was saying. The rain is coming down heavily now at Chepstow, so we may well get further updates on the going, if not after this race, then at some point in the afternoon. But we'll get some feedback from the riders after this. They changed it to good before this race, but there might be further updates if that keeps coming down like that. Very, very murky conditions. But Max Dilemma, straight and true up that rail. Some delighted grooms there as well, celebrating, so that was good to see. Max Dilemma taking our first there at Chepstow. Now, you may have seen the news. James Doyle had a nasty spill at Salisbury the other night, Friday I think it was, wasn't it? Incident at Salisbury. And he's just posted this tweet. Thank you for all the well wishes following the unfortunate incident. It was Salisbury on Friday night. I sustained an injury to my left hand, which I've undergone treatment for over the last few days. I hope to be back race riding at some point next month, so at some point in September. Frustration for James Doyle. Been a good campaign, of course, for many of his key suppliers, but we wish him well and a speedy recovery for James Doyle. But Max Dilemma takes our first at Chepstow, so we're underway at Chepstow, we're underway at Brighton. Plenty more to look forward to from both those venues, more to come from France as well. Alex Hammond will be taking over here in the studio, so you've been good, Hans. After the break.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Hard. We're suspending you for 2 days.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Well, soft, but you know.
Hard.
Hard! Oh. Racing is hard. Betting on it shouldn't be. The UK's #1 betting app. Built for ease. Sky Bet. That's betting better.
If you're happy with your toes, clap your hands.
Listen songs and tell me stories. I'm a fan. I am happy and I know it, so my face will surely show it.
And no screens at all, so that is really grand.
I'm the boss of when they pause. I'm in charge of when they play.
And they're great for bedtime stories. Yippee-yay. Yippee-yay.
Tony's.
Happy kids.
Happy parents.
Happy listening.
At BP, we're here for filling up and recharging. BP, here for all of life's journeys.
Our new home. Not just a roof over our head, but something to build on. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you're always protected. Which reminds me.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. You're speaking to Lucy. How can I help?
Hi, I'd like to get a quote for family life insurance, please.
Okay. If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can get covered up to £750,000 depending on your age and help give your family some peace of mind.
That's great.
You won't need a medical or blood test. There are just a few health and lifestyle questions and you can get it sorted now. For your quote, I'll just need your age and smoker status, please.
I'm 32 and I don't smoke.
Okay. For £100,000 of cover, it's £6.89 a month or less than 23p a day.
That's less than I thought. And could help pay the mortgage for him.
You receive a free will kit with your policy, and as a thank you, you'll get 10% back from your first year's premiums. That's the smart cashback.
That sounds perfect. I'll go ahead.
Life insurance is a smart way to help protect your family's financial future. Our service is rated Platinum by FIFO, and we've just topped the latest Fairer Finance ratings. Plus, when you take out a policy, you'll get a £100 Amazon gift card. To get a quote today, call our friendly UK team on 0800 285 1676 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Well, welcome back to a rainy Chepstow. Despite the weather, one person with a big smile on her face is Gina Mang. She told us beforehand that she wouldn't swap this horse for any other in the race, and you were spot on.
Yeah, I know him well. Course form is very important here, and by that stands rail, and it's easy sailing from there most of the time.
But I love the way you just gave him one flick in the backhand, because
Yeah.
he's the sort of horse who doesn't look like you can bully him, really.
Not at all, no. If I'd have picked up that stick now, I wouldn't have made any odds. You know, I was just growling him home, and he loves it. Like, I mean, he'll come out with this race, Touchwood, bouncing, and I believe he's got an entry in the Air Gold Cup, one of the cups.
Brilliant. Well, and to be honest, it was a competitive race. He's won it easy, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, they were horses that had, you know, gone off course a bit, like off form, but you know, they were all there to win at the same time, so they took beating, but he did that handsomely.
Well, what's the ground, in your opinion, is it?
Well, you can hear it squelching on the way down, and we're kicking up plenty there. I was quite happy with it there the other day, actually. It you know, wasn't riding too quick.
So it's on the softer side of good, is it?
Getting there, yeah, that continues, yeah, will be good to soft.
Go on and get on, you've got a busy...
Hello, Windsor.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to have a close look at old Red Alert as he goes around the parade ring. Just watch him walking up the hill, perfect swinging, fluent moving action, and he looks really well for the Tony Carroll team, gelded son of Sleeping Indian. Just want you at home to watch him as he gets up the top, and then he'll turn into a bit of a pacer as he comes down the other side. He obviously feels it's comfy just walking downhill. So we've seen him go up. Clive, our cameraman, we're working him extra hard today. And then just watch, he starts to move both front and back feet together each side as he comes down the hill. And they call that pacing. So he obviously finds that a little bit comfier as he comes down the hill. Just something that we've watched. He's an 8-time winner. Keep watching. 2 and 2 as he goes all the way down, and then as soon as he flattens off and he starts to climb again, he'll go back into his natural walk as he goes up the hill. I've just been keeping a close eye on him. He looks really, really well, doesn't he? There you go. And he's gone back to that normal walking process. 8-time winner. Let's drop one back from him. 6-time winner we have for the Paddison team, Perfect Symphony, gelded son of Dandy Man. Adrian Keeley takes a valuable 5 off him. It's a tough little race, isn't it? I suppose that Minhaj will attract plenty of support. The Dare to Dream racing team, they went close earlier on with Street Parade. He's run a really nice race. He hasn't won for over 2 years, but he's hit the woodwork the last twice, so maybe today is going to be his day. Let's go back again. Clive, if we can. Who's the next one that'll come in? That is Global Acclamation for Patrick Chamins. He'd probably just about get the pick in the paddock, I think, for the Chamins team. Taking everything in. He's a 2-time winner. Holly gets the... He looks really, really well in his coat as he goes around here. Holly went close, obviously, in the Maiden a touch earlier on, but she'll be a little bit disappointed. You always are when you go out there on a 4 to 5 shot and it doesn't manage to get the job done. And the one just behind that, Clive, is probably the likely favourite. That's Minhaj, who, as we were saying, the mare by Invincible Spirit. She hasn't managed to win for 2 years. Can the team get her to put her best foot forward? The bella's gone for the jocks to get up. We better go for a short break, and then we'll be back for the download. The app, the Races app, selling handicap over the flying 6 furlongs here at the roller coaster that is Brighton.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
We've got big shows, big broadband and huge savings. For only $34.99 a month, get brilliant broadband and world-class TV with Netflix, and now entertainment including Sky Max and Sky Atlantic. That's a saving of £323. So you can watch and unmissable comedy dramas like Breeders on now. At $34.99 a month, it's worth every penny. Hurry, this offer ends Thursday. Join BT today.
Betting,
but only if it's done safely, responsibly, and within our means.
Never gamble when angry or feeling low.
Set yourself a limit for time, money, or both.
No matter what the problem is, gambling is never the answer.
There is always someone to talk to when you feel gambling is becoming a stress.
Check out responsiblegaming.paddypower.com.
Every Cotswold Company sofa is individually handcrafted here in the UK, made with a solid wood frame that's guaranteed for 10 years, with flexible finance options when you spend over £500, helping you to bring your home to life with the perfect sofa. The Cotswold Company. Discover our range at your nearest store or at cotswoldco.com.
This is my youngest daughter Sophia. Maybe her sister's clothes aren't quite her style. But with Vinted, I can sell what they no longer wear. Download Vinted.
With HelloFresh meal kits, you get tried and tested recipes, step-by-step instructions, and fresh quality ingredients, perfectly pre-portioned for you and delivered to your door. Everything you need to cook delicious dinners. Order now at hellofresh.co.uk. Dinner solved.
We've been looking at funeral plans.
Yeah, well, your mum has.
I've been choosing between a direct cremation or an attended funeral.
Attended funeral? That's at least £4,000. Funeral cars, flowers. I can't afford all that.
Well, there is Memoria. You get a local attended service that can be personalised to you.
Service? That'll be expensive.
Memoria is only a few £100s more than a direct cremation.
Now that's a plan.
For affordable attended service funeral plans from just £1,894. To find out more, call Memoria Funerals today.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome along to Race Day Live. You've probably been here all along, haven't you? We're off and running at Chepstow. We're well underway at Brighton, and judging by the weather at Chepstow, you're in exactly the right spot, as I am as well, for the next few hours to help guide you through our domestic action. We've also got Southwell a little bit later on and a listed chase from France, so stay with us for that. Let's go and check in then at Brighton, where I think Jason Weaver got the long straw, because it looks quite a pleasant afternoon there. Good afternoon to you, Jace.
Well, that's a lot. Yes, Alex, it's beautiful here at Brighton. Good afternoon to you. Great to see you into the hot seat. And we are just in time for the Selling Handicap Class 6 company. Minhaj is at the top of the pack. I've got a sneaking feeling that Red Alert, even at the age of 8, we saw him wandering around in the prelims, Alex, and he was funny. You know, he would walk up the hill in the paddock and he'd be absolutely fluent, and then as he went down the hill he would just pace 2 feet, 2 feet, so his right front and right back leg were going together, so he was just pacing down the hill. But look, if I go back to some of his form around here at Brighton, Tom Marquand won off him around here from a mark of 81. So that was his peak rating as well. Multiple winner at Bath as well. So, yeah, he quite likes this particular venue. Clifford Lee, he's fresh off the back of a massive success for his boss at the Ebor Festival. Swing Along was a 25-1 winner of the Lauder. And he hit the board on a few other occasions at that particular meeting. I thought that was a good line in. He's got a filly running later on by Unfortunately, and Carl obviously trained Unfortunately to be champion 2-year-old over in France, and that daughter, Sweet Fortune. She's interesting. She runs over the mile. Prix Mornay winner, unfortunately. And then the recent winner that they've just had, of course, was by Havana Grey, who Carl used to train as well. Look, Minhaj hasn't won for 2 years, Alex. Red Alert on a little bit of a losing run. Perfect Symphony, 6-time winner, global acclamation, 2 wins, probably was the paddock pick, I'd say. And Mercer's, who goes for Grace McEntee and the Butler team, also a 6-time winner, but is around about a 66-to-1 shot down in selling company. I've gone with the Tony Carroll runner. I don't know if you have a particular line in here, Alex?
No, but I was really interested to see you point out how Red Alert was walking around the paddock, actually. It was really good to see the difference. And, you know, they're all different, aren't they, these horses? And like humans, really, and particularly sort of sprinters, they're not often... Yeah, well, they can be good movers, but not always good movers. There's Red Alert, looks absolutely grand walking around on the grass there. I have to say it was a little bit more murky at Brighton than I expected it to be when I saw the shot from a distance there. But you were talking, obviously, about Clifford Lee having a good run of things, and there he is on board Red Alert. Well, Holly Doyle was on one of the easiest winners of the week, wasn't she, at York? Solcombe there in the Melrose.
It's fast. It's fearless. It's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
Well, it looks like Mercer's is going to be the last one to come forward, slotting into stall 6. There's 1 or 2 getting a little restless. Let's go over to John Hunt for the call.
Alex, good afternoon to you. And they're all set now, all 5 in, and they're off and racing. Super start made by Red Alert. Interesting to see what he does with it. Clifford Lee already amongst the winners today. Perfect Symphony now coming alongside. Just in behind them, Global Acclamation, and out wider is Mercer's. And just tucking in last of all Minhaj, as now it's all change up front at the end of the first couple of furlongs, because now Global Acclamation and Mercer's have gone on. Perfect Symphony's in behind those, followed then by Minhaj, and Red Alert, having started so brightly, has now dropped back to be last of the 5 runners and is being pushed along as they race through the cutaway. 2.5 furlongs left to run. Mercer's out very wide on the far rail, leading up there, Global Acclamation. But now Red Alert coming back at Global Acclamation, and Red Alert's got the rail and is coming home strongly. Perfect Symphony's with them, out very wide, spot Minhaj, orange jacket, but Red Alert back firmly in the groove here, climbs the hill towards the final furlong. In front, Red Alert. Minhaj still plugging on down the outside with Perfect Symphony and Global Acclamation. Red Alert is out in front here, all out, but will give Clifford Lee another winner. Started well, dropped back to last, and Red Alert came zooming home to win it. Minhaj on the outside, and Global Acclamation were the next ones home.
Well done to the Tony Carroll team. They're so regular as far as winning at this particular venue and up and down the country. He gets his 2nd victory at Brighton in a selling handicap, a long way down, wasn't he, from his peak rating of 81, which he managed to win off here. 57 and a copy book. Perfect ride. I'm a great believer that you can give away weight, but do not give away start. And he was away on the beer the bang as the gates opened, pinged the lids, and Clifford just sat quiet on him and took back. And I'm not sure, I don't want to throw a spanner into the works at all, but Clifford, I believe, for all his winners up and down the country, I'm not sure he's had a treble, but he's had loads of doubles, and maybe across the card he's ridden a few like that, but I'm not sure if he's had the treble at the one meeting. I'll ask him in a minute, Alex, but I don't want to put the mockers on it. Obviously he's got a great chance coming up a little bit later on, back for his boss. So 1 for Carl, he has 1 for Tony Carroll here with Red Alert, who gets his 9th victory on the board, and he's got Sweet Fortune a little bit later on. And I'm sure it's been done before, but not too many occasions, Alex, where the trainer would have trained the sire and different sires of different winners on the same day at a particular venue as well. I'm sure it's been done, but or maybe Carl Burkle get in contact with you and let us know. That's what we want, don't we? A bit of interaction, but Clifford Lee at the double.
Carl, if you're watching, racing@skysports.com for the emails, or you can drop me a tweet at SkySportsAlexH. We'd love to know that if you've done that before. Fair play to Clifford Lee. He'd only had 6 rides at Brighton before going down there today, and he's already had 2 winners. So 8 rides, 2 winners, not a bad strike rate, and one more good one to come. Now, I did see on social media Luke Harvey's dropped a real clanger because he's wearing shorts at Chepstow today. Now, I have to say I'm very much like Luke Harvey. As soon as we get to about May, shorts come out, and when I'm not at work, it's shorts all the time until about October. Because that's what we do, isn't it? The Brits in the summertime. But I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't have checked the forecast before I set off to Chepstow today, given that there were hefty showers around. Hopefully it's still quite warm, though, and it's not too much of a trial for Luke. But you'll have got weathered legs, Luke.
Well, I must admit, when I left home this morning, I didn't think it was going to be like this. But actually, it's quietened down a little bit now. It's just a light drizzle, so hopefully it is quite interesting if you are on a horse that wants really fast ground. You know, earlier on I said I don't think it'll make much difference to ground, but we had quite a lot of rain, so yeah, it certainly got in, that is for sure. Right, there's number 1. That's Autumn Festival. Lovely to see William Buick here. He's got 3 rides, one very, very, very short, 1 to 14 or something. He might even be shorter than that actually. But he rides this one for David O'Mara. He was in the winners' enclosure last time. That was at Sandown. He's only a couple of pounds higher. And William, who's absolutely flying along, 127 winners that he's already had this season. I think he's had over 500 rides already as well. So, you know, going along with, I was saying to Boyce earlier on, it's not a case of just pitching up at the races. You know, he'll be expected to be in at Charlie Appleby's 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. I doubt he probably rides out for too many other people unless he gets a big spare. But, you know, we've still got a lot of evening meetings as well. So, you know, he's keeping himself busy. This horse's Autumn Festival won 3 of his 13 starts, and he looks the pace angle in the race, if I'm honest with you. The horse in front of him with the red sheet on, that is King of War. Now, King of War used to be trained by Harry and Roger Chalter, is now with Alex Dunn. And I don't know what Alex has managed to do to the horse, but he's won 2 of his 8 starts for her, including here over the course and distance. You can see he's nicely on his toes, just showing his well-being, having a jig jog around there. And, yeah, he won here off 62. Look, he's up in the weights, admittedly. He actually won off 68 at Brighton. He's up to 71 here. But apart from those 2, you know, there's not a lot of strength and depth in the race, for me anyway. Diligently done for Charlie Hills. She hasn't had that much racing. She did win her maiden at Lingfield, but it was a little bit disappointing last time we saw the horse. There's very familiar colours. Horse number 3, Revision for Alan King, runs in the Bristol of May, Blue Wind, So Royal colours of Simon and Isaac. So it'd be nice to see this horse bounce back. Disappointing last time, but off the back of his run at Sandown, he'd run well if he runs as well as he did there. But it looks between the 2. And I don't know why, I've got my little mark next to King of War. I just slightly fancy him ahead of Autumn Festival.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
horse is the only horse that matters. And if it's beaten within a length of the winner, we'll give you a free bet back. Beaten by a length. Available every day of the flat season with Coral.
Do you need to borrow money for home improvements, a car, or paying off debts? But have you struggled with credit in the past? Then you've come to the right place. Everyday Loans. Just tell us how much you want to borrow, up to £15,000. We can give you a conditional decision in minutes. At Everyday Loans, we offer a service that's friendly and reliable. Apply online or on your phone. So whatever your credit record, apply now at everydayloans.co.uk. Representative APR 99.9%.
Visit uswitch.com to see if you could save £162 on your broadband. That put a spring in his step. It's probably time you switch.
At the Cotswold Company, we know your table hosts many memories. That's why we build our furniture to stand the test of time with traditional craftsmanship. Along with our beautiful range of tableware, glassware and accessories, you can bring your home to life with the perfect dining table. The Cotswold Company. Discover our range at your nearest store or at cotswoldco.com.
Our new home. Not just a roof over our head, but something to build on. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you're always protected. Which reminds me.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. How can I help?
Hi, I'd like to get a quote for family life insurance, please.
Okay. If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can get cover up to £750,000 depending on your age. You won't need a medical. There are just a few health and lifestyle questions. I just need your age and smoker status, please.
I'm 32 and I don't smoke.
Okay. For £100,000 of cover, it's £6.89 a month.
That's less than I thought. And could help pay the mortgage for him.
As a thank you, you'll get 10% back from your first year's premiums. That's the smart cashback.
Sounds perfect. I'll go ahead.
Life insurance is a smart way to help protect your family's financial future. Plus, when you take out a policy, you'll get a £100 gift card. Get a quote today. Call 0800 2600 552 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Well, William Buick winless so far at Chepstow, and he's not been here for donkey's years. Looks like he's got a great chance of bucking that trend, though. Look at that, 28 rides at Chepstow so far, no winners. But to be honest, it's been a little while since he's been at Chepstow. And in fact, Chepstow and Musselburgh, I think, are the only two tracks that William Buick is yet to ride a winner at. So he's obviously in the UK. He's obviously hoping to tick those off. So good luck to him. He's riding for David O'Mara here, who, like Carl Burke at Brighton, has sent Autumn Festival quite a long way to Chepstow in the quest to get another win on the board. And his record at Chepstow is pretty good. I think it's fair to say they don't waste the diesel, because he's bidding for 5 in a row with the runners down at Chepstow. I hope those stats are correct, because Autumn Festival's my main selection today, and I'm hoping that the 3-year-old can go and win once again. Nice and relaxed down at the start there anyway. Had that long journey down from North Yorkshire. Was a winner at Sandown last time, so not afraid to have Laurie Will travel with this lad. And yeah, he's got strong claims of getting a win on the board. And I'll tell you another trainer who's going pretty well, albeit 12-1 to win this with Blue Collar Lad, is Robin Brisland. And actually, when he teams up with Nicola Curry, they do really well too. Fancied one of theirs at Wolverhampton, I don't know, 10 days or so ago, Brazen Diamond, and that one won. Well, in the last 14 days, 4 winners from 13 runners, so a very impressive and healthy 31% strike rate. A couple of those were placed as well, so those that weren't going in have been hitting the crossbar. So just some stables to follow when they're hot. It's worth following them. To be fair, Alex Dunn is in pretty good form as well, with a 17% strike rate. I think most people would take that. And I know, obviously, that Luke fancies that one. And Max Dilemma won for John O'Shea, albeit he's got the outsider here, Letter of the Law, bidding to give Gina Mangan and the trainer another winner. But there is Blue Collar Lad. I have to say I'm thrilled to see Nicola Curry getting some good opportunities. She really is a breath of fresh air when you talk to her, and doing very well. Rode in the Shergar Cup, of course, which was great to see. In the Racing League as well. and picking up rides for the likes of Sean Wood. She's struck up a good partnership with Princess Shabnam. Daniel and Claire Kubler have booked her as well, and George Bowie giving us some opportunities as well as Robin Brisland et al. So good luck to them. Just to let you know, we're enjoying a wonderful month, aren't we, with our action in France at Deauville. And on Sunday, we've got Group 2 action for you, the Grand Prix de Deauville. The coverage gets underway from midday, so straight after the debate. Some really nice horses entered in that. Lovely older Dabe is in there for William Haggis, who's well represented. He's got Hamish in there as well as Dubai Honour. So a strong entry for the informed William Haggis team. Archie Watson has Outbox in the race, and Charlie Appleby has Hurricane Lane and Rebels Romance. So should be a really good race, that. Stay Foolish for Japan as well. So looking forward to that on Sunday. More imminently, though, let's head back to Chepstow, where they're behind the stalls. And interesting, isn't it, Luke? You know, William Buick, he's ridden winners at all bar 2 tracks, and I'm sure, like most riders, it's just something they want to tick off their list.
Just going to talk rubbish about this. All right. Hello. Yes.
Well, I think Luke can't hear us, which is obviously devastating. But we'll go back to him shortly. Let's tell you the betting. Autumn Festival, even money favourite. King of War, Luke's selection at 100 to 30. 7 to 2 for Reversion for Alan King and Rob Hornby. Simon Munir and Isaac Swade having a rare runner on the flat there. Blue Collar Lad is 12 to 1. 18 to 1, Diligently Done. And we mentioned 18s there for Charlie Hills. John O'Shea and Gina Mangum with Letter of the Law, the outsider, at 33s. There is King of War going forward. Reese Clutterbuck still really worth that £3 claim. So just the 6 runners then for this Burnham Plastering and Drylining Handicap Class 5 event, restricted to the 3-year-olds over 7 furlongs. I do believe it's our very own John Blance in the commentary box.
Got it in one, Alex, yes. Welcome to Chepstow. The rain's just about easing off as well. Stand by, they're ready. Gates back and away they go, racing for the Burnham Plastering and Drylining Handicap over the 7 furlongs at Autumn Festival. Trying to gate to wire them like he did at Sandown last time is the leader for William Buick. In second position, King of War in the diamond jacket. Then Letter of the Law, Gina Mangan, John O'Shea combination looking for a quick double. Then towards the centre of the track, Diligently Done, and then Reversion. And Blue Collar Lad is at the rear of the field. But it's Autumn Festival that leads them inside the final 5. To King of War racing in second. Diligently Done travels quite nicely towards the centre of the track, followed then by Letter of the Law, who's under pressure. Then Reversion, the green jacket, for whom those comments could also apply. And right at the back of the field is Blue Collar Lad. Heading on down towards the halfway point, and the lead remains with Autumn Festival. To King of War, who's just nudged along to try and maintain touch as they come to the final 3 furlongs. There then followed by Letter of the Law in third. Then after that, Diligently Done, Blue Collar Lad, and Reversion still at the rear of the field. But Autumn Festival, William Buick looking for his first winner here at Chepstow, travels strongly out in front. To King of War, who's boxing on. Blue Collar Lad is working hard towards the centre of the track. Then after that, Letter of the Law, the other 2 now detached down towards the closing stages. Final furlong and a half they come, and Autumn Festival yet to be headed in the contest now leads to Blue Collar Lad, who's moved into second. King of War in third. Inside the final furlong they go, and it's Autumn Festival who's kept this very simple out in front. He's not ridden here since 2011, William Buick, but he's going to acquaint himself with the winner's enclosure now. Autumn Festival the winner. Blue Collar Lad in second, tight for third, possibly Letter of the Law over King of War. That's one for the judge in third. No doubt about the winner though.
One horse race, Autumn Festival, gives William Buick another box ticked, another winner for the champion jockey elect. 128 now for the season, and you won't ride too many easier ones than that. The horse is absolutely bolted up, didn't mind the ground, well, obviously loved the ground the way it's gone. It was always cantering along, and to be honest, it was just a one horse race. William didn't really have to get at all serious with the horse. He just kept a hold of his head, gave him a smack with his stick in his left hand, and just to keep him going, because you never quite know in this ground. But he follows up that Sandown success. He was a couple of pounds higher here, but yeah, he's fairly bolted up. William's got 3 rides here, and with one ridiculously short one. I think it's in our 4th race, Night Battle. Is long odds on, but yeah, just watching him here, It's very, very routine for him. I said I'll have a word with him now. It's a fair jaunt from Newmarket down to Cheppers, but whether he rides out, how many times a week he rides out, I don't know. But in the end, it was a decent price. Returns at even money, Alex. So I'm sure he'll be pleased about that. I'm not sure that he's ridden a winner at Foss last, but I don't know how many of the other courses in the country that he hasn't ridden a winner at. But looks like he's set for a double here.
Yes, I'm now looking at that stat, as you mentioned. He has had one winner at Foss last, 0 from 4 at Musselburgh, and I think he's ridden a winner at every single track other than that. I mean, obviously the likes of Newmarket in Kempton he's done particularly well at as well, but he's had one winner at Catterick, one at Foss last, and a couple he's still after winners at, a couple at Thirsk as well. So he's just got to get on the long journey up to Musselburgh now, but Autumn Festival, very, very comfortable. I mean, his agent will be there just looking to get as many wins on the board as possible. This is his year, isn't it? And goodness knows, probably many years to come as well. And David O'Mara's great record at Chepstow continues. 5 in a row for his runners at the track. So well done, Festival, who's done that as he liked. And look at that, really pointing his toe in glorious slow motion as he pulls up, returns the even money favourite. Blue Collar Lad continuing the good run of Robin Brisland's stable at 12-1, but some way back in second, but his team very much in form and worth keeping an eye on his runners going forward. So we'll no doubt catch up with William hopefully shortly. We're going to go for a break and we'll be back to Brighton soon.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Now, these will look perfect.
Yeah.
They come with free lifetime servicing.
I like it.
Nice glasses, Dad.
Only £25 and all.
With free lifetime servicing, free 100-day returns guarantee, and glasses still from £25, you'll see more for less with Vision Express.
At Bet365, we take horse racing very seriously. We go out of our way to feature every race that matters. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. We're the world's favorite online betting brand for many reasons. Horse racing is just one of them. Gamble responsibly.
Baby, I need you, baby. My mama told me, she said, son, don't live in a place where love won't grow. It's hard on a woman to love her man when he can't reach his destiny. That's why I gotta move on.
Born Confident, the new Volkswagen T-Roc, also available as a cabriolet.
Introducing Sure Non-Stop Protection, 72-hour antiperspirant plus motion sense. Tested to the limit.
Amazing. Still no sign of sweat.
Yep. Upgrade to Sure 72-hour non-stop protection.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
So he's done it. William Buick gets his first win on the board at Chepstow. Seems extraordinary, doesn't it, really? But he's not had that many opportunities to hit the back of the net. He's done it on the David O'Mara-trained Autumn Festival, and afterwards spoke to Luke.
Well done, William. That was your first win at Chester. Well done.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Yeah, thank you.
I think it's 2011 since you've been here. But...
Yeah, 28 rides, I got told, so I'm glad to get a win.
And it was a fairly easy success.
Yeah, very straightforward. He's very honest. He didn't mind a bit of juice in the ground, so yeah, he's a very genuine horse.
I'm just saying, it's a fair jaunt down here from Newmarket. But having said that, people at home probably don't realise you're riding out. You have to still ride work for Charlie Appleby, I presume.
Yeah, not this morning.
No.
So that we headed down here, and like you say, it's a fair trek, but it is what it is.
I was looking at 500 and something rides already this season. It's not, you know, you're on the road as much as you are on a horse, really.
Yeah, it's a lot of travelling, but look, it's great. You know, when you're riding winners, it's when you get the support I'm getting, it's great.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
I imagine as a busy jockey with a driver, I presume you perfect the art of sleeping in the car, but well done to William. This is the closing stages of our previous at Brighton. Clifford Lee back in the winner's enclosure on board Red Alert.
Clifford Lee, our winning rider, quick-fire double. That was pretty smart. He was good at the lids, wasn't he?
He was. He jumped the stalls very quick. I was only supposed to take a lead, and he jumped very well, and he's done it all right, coming to rising ground.
I mean, in that scenario, it's ideal, isn't it? You can just, especially from where you were drawn, you could wait for them to come over and just draft in nicely and take your time.
Yeah, that's it. I thought he was going a decent enough gallop, so it's just a matter of picking him up.
Yeah, and the cutaway there, it opens up, and you were going to wait or whatever, and then he thought, look, it's going to close, I've got to go and make my move.
Yeah, I had. Well, I see a couple started edging over, so I thought if that closes, then I'm going to have hard luck stories. So I just got there before it closed.
Now, I don't want to put a spanner in the works. Have you had a treble before?
No, I haven't. Hopefully today will be
Loads of doubles, though, up and down the country, haven't you?
Yeah, plenty of doubles.
So, yeah, a little bit, just a three-runner race. It's a little bit of a tricky sort of contest to get a handle on.
It is, yeah. Three runners, they normally end up more tactical than the bigger fields. But my filly, I'm going to be jumping and running anyway, so unless something wants to go stupid quick.
Okay, well, good luck. Good luck with the treble.
Cheers, thank you very much.
I don't know if I can come and have a chat with who's the winning team. They've all just picked their phones up now. Oh, I got the pointer straight away. Afternoon. Sorry. Well done.
Yeah, all right, Tony. It's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to Clifford there or whatever. Said he absolutely flew the boxes and just drafted in nice.
Easy enough, wasn't it? Just what we expected.
Yeah? You're fairly confident coming in here? I mean, he's been a good old stick down the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant. Gonna go get a glass of champagne now and go and collect the money.
Yeah, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, I don't suppose you can really blame them for wanting to rush off and get their glass of champagne to celebrate. But anyway, well done to the team, and hopefully they enjoyed that. And wouldn't it be great for Clifford Lee to get 3 on the board here? Things going really well for them. There is Masterclass walking round the paddock for David Simcock. Callum Shepherd going to get on board this good-looking grey who's striding nicely down the hill there, Jason.
Yes, he is, Alex. He's not pacing like our last winner, that is for sure. He's just carrying on as normal. And Masterclass, 17,000 as a yearling. He's a 5th foal. He's a half-brother to 3 winners. So he's got a nice enough pedigree. And we know a little bit about him. I think trip-wise he'll possibly get a little bit further. But it's about finding the ideal opportunity for your horse. And I'm sure John Cook and partner are pretty chuffed that David and the team have found this little opening for Masterclass. David, his team been real good order. Glen Cove, one of a few just recently, and the team ticking along quite nicely. Obviously, Light Infantry has been an absolute rocket for the team. Then we've got La Equinata, who the dam... Oh, no, not the dam, sorry. She's a half-sister to lots of winners, including You're Faithful. So, nice little pedigree as far as La Equinata is concerned. Got to give you a look at the next couple because we've got Ischia, who goes for Fred Archer Racing. They've had loads and loads of winners down the years for James and the team. Another one, the bar is set at 67. And then the last one we can look at, this is the standout by some way in the paddock. Woe betide, John Egan on board. Hopefully, I think they might take one more little lap around. They are going to, because I'd say he wants to go down last if possible. They just get him into a nice rhythm. But he's a lovely, lovely looking individual, Chasemore Farm, who you all know. Now, he's a half-brother to Brad the Brief, who's a very, very good sprinter indeed. And when you look at him, he's got that mixed pedigree, Sir Uni, but out of a quick mare, obviously. So it's fascinating to see that he turns up in this little contest. He was a bit gassy on his racecourse debut. He got latched onto it a little bit. And look at the bridle that he has today. I'm sure this is added equipment, i.e. a bit of power steering as far as the jockey is concerned. He's got the cross nose band, the Grattle sort of cross nose band. It's one of the rubber ones, so there is a little bit of play in that. And then he's got the ring bit, which will help his rider to get him into a rhythm. And the prelims are all important as far as Woe Betide is concerned. He's absolutely standout in the prelims. Doesn't always work like that, but he looks to have found a real good opportunity. And if he runs like he looks, Alex, this is all over.
Yeah, that's good to know, isn't it? And I tell you what, he couldn't have anybody better in the saddle at the moment either, could he? The evergreen John Egan, who's ridden 3 winners from his last 5 rides to stakes on Saturday. He rode River of Stars to win there for Rafe Beckett. He rode a winner at Sandown as well last night. So things going really well for John Egan. So Woe Betide, lovely looking horse. Obviously a little bit of a, not totally push button straightforward, but these are racehorses. Why would he be? And he certainly looks good. Going down there is Masterclass then, who just taking a nice grip of the bridle there for Callum Shepherd, but not doing anything wrong. 0 from 5 then so far, just needs to break that duck. And actually, when you talk about pedigrees, Ishia for James Fanshawe is from a family he knows very, very well. Actually from the family of July Cup winner Frizzanti. So yeah, the dam I think is a sister maybe to Frizzanti, if certainly yeah, I think so. Full sister to Frizzanti. So yeah, very, very good pedigree again, and one that the stable know very well. Run go lightly. Colours there. Had a load of success, and she's by Equiano. Wears the red hood to go to post. She looks really nice and relaxed, doesn't she, actually? Taking in her surroundings, having a little look around her. This chestnut daughter of Equiano, and looks to be enjoying her day out at the seaside there as well. Speaking of trainers taking advantage and trying to find the right races, or not taking advantage, but trying to place their horses to win. Roger Varian did that last year with Dusky Lord, who won this race. And Alfred Cove doesn't run in this one. I think that's ground related, actually, because the ground has changed since declaration. It's got a little bit quicker, hasn't it, at Brighton? Totally opposite at Chepstow, where the ground, I think, is now soft. So, yeah, Alfred Cove is going related because the going has changed since the declarations were made. But he's going to post quite nicely, Woe Betide, isn't he? Just not letting him get into his stride, John Egan. He's just hacking away there. And you can just see he's got his ears pricked and skipping along quite nicely. Obviously well beaten on debut at Kempton, but yeah, a different kettle of fish here, and it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, as Jason called it, on the roller coaster of Brighton. But I did have a look, Jason, and you rode a fair few winners round Brighton yourself, but I imagine it was a sort of track that just took a little bit of knowing, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Alex. Look, I find that, you know, if you're going around here and your horse is travelling and they're balanced is absolutely key. There have been a whole host of different horses that have won here. There used to be the old saying, and I think we can say it, Alex, didn't we? You know, every dog has his day at Brighton. You know, horses that are a little bit trickier, a little bit clever, this is the place to catch them out. But lots of good horses have started off here as well. And look, it holds a special place in my heart, having been run away with on a couple of odds-on shots for Luca Comani very early on in my career. And I used to love coming this particular venue. But look, it's all well and good. This lad is listening here to switch off and just find that rhythm. Once you go up a gear and he latches on, that's when it's going to be a real test of to how much of a rhythm John can get him into. So he's doing everything possibly right to make that run from A to B as smooth as possible. So he's in a bit of a catch-22. I think if they let him off early on, I think he'll run himself into the floor. Look, he went to Kempton, he pulled hard in midfield, and he pulled his way to the lead after a couple of furlongs, and then he weakened quickly, and the jock came in and said he ran far too free. So they have a different set of equipment on him, the ring bit to help. I don't know, small field, is he going to miss it half a beat? There were 14 runners in the race he ran in at Kempton. This is a much easier opportunity. The horses with experience from the Fanshawe and Simcock team, they're probably going to try and make that tell. La Equinata for the Mike Murphy, Michael Keedy combination ran really, really well at Chelmsford on her second try. So she's gone through a bit of improvement from her first to second start. So, yeah, runners now have arrived all at the start. Does John Egan, the wily old fox, drop him in early and get him into that rhythm? I think that'll be the way to go.
It's fast. It's fearless. It's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
6-4 favourite for Ishia, Danny Muscat and James Fanshawe. 15-8 for Masterclass. So those horses with more experience are heading the market. Woe Betide, Jason's paddock pick at 4-1, and it's 6-1 for La Equinata, the outsider there. And you can see it's all about the filly here, who's put up a couple of good, decent performances at there. She's just with the hood on at Windsor. Actually, only just touched off on her seasonal reappearance. That was in a 6-furlong fillies novice. So it's always just a matter of whether they adapt to the twists and turns of Brighton. But as Jason suggested, sometimes it just suits these horses because they've not got big, straight, open, expansive ground in front of them. There is La Equinata, the other filly. Interestingly enough, both fillies here by Equiano, Masterclass by Lethal Force and Woe Betide by Siuni, who I know Jason's a fan of. The rug is on La Equinata, just to help her with her stalls entry. Looks quite murky from that shot, doesn't it, really? But I'm sure I saw a little bit of blue sky at Brighton a short while ago. Standing nicely for Woe Betide. Let's hope he does settle. It'd be just nice to see John Egan being able to put him in the race where he wants to. We'll find out very soon. It looks like Masterclass is going to slot in last as the Chasemore Farm colours go forward on Woe Betide. Let's hand over to John.
Thanks, Alex. No, it's still okay now. The clouds are gathering and there's rain to fall, they say, at around 5 o'clock. We'll be well done and dusted by then. But no, it's still pretty pleasant out here. Just could do with a winner. I must admit, I'm struggling so far this afternoon. Hope everybody else at home doing somewhat better. Will Masterclass land this prize, I wonder? Masterclass will be the last one in. The other three have gone forward. Masterclass set to go. And we're set. They're off and racing for the ABF Maiden Stakes race. Woe Betide, the early back marker. La Equinata strides on. Look at Woe Betide fighting for his head in last place. John Egan needing all of his strength and experience to try and get Woe Betide to settle down a bit. It's a difficult task, though, as they come down the hill. La Equinata from Ischia in second, who looks very much in the groove, followed then by Masterclass. Woe betide, a real old handful at the back end of the field. Down they come then with 3 furlongs left to run. La Equinata, yellow sleeves and cap. Darker blue of Ischia, the grey horses Masterclass, and Woe Betide still in 4th and last place as they charge on down to the 2 furlong pole. They've come up the middle of the track this time. The grey on the outside, that's Masterclass. Far side, La Equinata. Between the two of them is Ischia and Woe Betide not getting in a blow. Up front then inside the final furlong. Ischia in the middle. This side, Masterclass. La Equinata back in 3rd place now. Ischia and Masterclass. Ischia and Masterclass. Ischia and Masterclass. Tight finish. With him behind them, La Equinata and Woe Betide last home.
Well, I had Ischia down as the winner, but then the grey has lunged at the right time. Masterclass, and the Bob was going for the filly on the inside. That is really tight. His head's coming back up as the filly on the inside is dropping. I feel, I could be wrong, if I've got to get off the fence, I'll say Masterclass has just managed to get his nose in front, but they were bobbing at different times. A late thrust towards the outside. Here we go. Number 2, Masterclass, has managed to win and gets the better of Ischia, who was coming through with that smooth challenge. They both sort of made their runs at the same time. Woe Betide has run no race whatsoever after being very, very keen early, and I don't know what they're going to do to try and get him to turn into a particular racehorse, but he looks to have a little bit of a hole in him, that is for sure. And, well, a heads up, heads down. Callum Shepherd for David Simcock doing the steering. He's ridden a good few winners for Dave and the team down the years. And remember talking to Callum at the Racing League just the other evening. 32 for the season as far as he is concerned, and finding the right opportunity. Well done to John Cook and partner. They'll be thrilled that Masterclass has had a masterclass of training from David Simcock and placing as well. Lukey boy.
Yes, Jace, I enjoyed reading a little article about Dave in the Racing Post the other day. Very amusing. Anyway, look, let's concentrate here. This is probably my sort of competitive race. I quite fancy the chance of this horse, Schiefer here, number 3, led up by Bob Kington, who used to be a very good jockey himself, was 3rd at Fosslas last time, was pretty slow away on that occasion, so didn't really get involved, was ended up beaten quite away, but it has run really well here. As when obviously before that won a competitive race at Fosslas. Another reason I'd love to see the horse run well is I was really friendly with the previous owner, unfortunately passed away, John Carrington. I noticed his widow Jeannie is here today, so it'd be lovely for them if this horse could go and do the business here. Obviously, really difficult time for everybody, but John used to have horses with Peter Macon and Jeremy Scott down in the West Country, has some jumpers and what have you. And yep, this horse he's only won the once, but he's put up a few decent performances. Trevor Wheeler knows him well, so yeah, we'll see how we get on. Just see the horse just coming down in front of us. That's horse number 9, just coming down here. That's Lucifer, who didn't run too badly last time actually at Brighton, beaten 5 and a bit lengths. Probably needs a slightly more here. Obviously, the ground's completely different here, so we to what they were declared on, but there's absolutely nothing that anyone can do about that. The horse number 8 with the big cheek pieces on, you can see behind. That's the mare, Lovely Acclamation. Owen Lewis. Owen actually picked up a couple of day ban in our first race for not riding out. He finished 6th on something, so bit of a strange one. Anyway, she was 2nd on her debut at Windsor, but since then it's been all change. Just seen Rob Hornby here. Look, all the big names are here. Don't care about William Buick. Rob Hornby's here. How did you get him then?
I don't know.
I know. No one else wanted him. Going well, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
You're flying.
Yeah, busy. yeah, things are going well and keep going. So.
You're riding for everybody, aren't you?
Yeah, lucky really. You know, I've been associated with some nice yards and my agent's working hard. So
the trouble is, the more successful you get, suddenly you've got to ride one of Rafe's, and then and then Andrew Borden and what. It's hard to juggle it all.
Yeah, you've got to try and keep everyone happy, but you know, that is what it is. It's a nice problem to have, and getting on some nice horses.
Well, what have you got the weekend? Where is it?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm heading yet. Obviously, the Celebration Mile, like there's Goodwood, there's plenty going on. Fosslas in the week there, so we'll see what direction we're gonna map out.
We're going to win on this one.
Cheers.
I think he'll be probably doing quite well to win on Jaffa the Gaffer, to be perfectly honest with you. Ken Wingrove's been around for a while. Probably rode for him himself over the years, I don't know. But anyway, look, the runners, they're all leaving the paddock now, and not going to be too much longer then before we get underway here.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Hard. We're suspending you for 2 days.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Well, soft, but you know.
Hard.
Hard! Racing is hard. Betting on it shouldn't be. The UK's #1 betting app. Built for ease. Sky Bet. That's betting better.
What if people with type 1 diabetes have the power to manage their condition without pricking their finger? To know their glucose levels and where they're heading with just a glance at their phone? To help you know when you're high or low? To get a 20-minute warning before a hypo? To check on their loved ones wherever they are? All this knowledge powered by a small wearable glucose sensor. Experience the Dexcom difference today. Visit Dexcom.com.
We're all busy, but sometimes put off the important things, like helping to provide financial protection for your family if the worst should happen.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. You're speaking to Lisa. How may I help you?
Hi. Your advert for life insurance says I can arrange cover over the phone with no complicated forms.
Yes, that's right. Would you like a quick quote?
Please.
OK, as long as you're a UK resident, aged 18 to 64, you can apply for a benefit amount of £60,000 up to £750,000 to give you and your family peace of mind.
Great.
You won't need a medical or a blood test, just a few health and lifestyle questions to answer. I just need to get your age and smoker status.
I'm 32 and a non-smoker.
OK, if you choose £100,000 benefit amount, it's £6.89 a month for the first year.
That costs less than I thought. And with £100,000, my wife could pay off the mortgage and a few other expenses.
The full benefit amount can be paid in advance if you're diagnosed as being terminally ill. And for greater peace of mind, you can add cover for your children or for critical illness.
Oh, that's good to know.
We'll send you a will kit with your policy. And as a thank you, you'll get back 10% of your first year's premiums. That's the Smart Cashback.
Great. I'll go ahead.
With Smart Insurance, you can help protect your family's future. Take out a policy today to receive your free £100 Amazon gift card. Call 0800 880 7764 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Now, we are soon off to Doncaster for the St Leger with Sky Sports Racing, and you could be there as well on Leger Day, no less. 2 of you. You can get an overnight stay at the Hilton Garden Inn. I can tell you those rooms are like hen's teeth. A table in the garden suite, including a Yorkshire brunch. It's got to be good, Yorkshire brunch. Afternoon tea and complimentary drinks. Oh, look at that. You can walk the course with Holly Doyle and Tom Marquand. I might jump in on that. And a best turned out and prize presentation to boot. You can go to attheraces.com/ledgercom. I'm afraid it's not just a case of going there. You will have to do something, and this is what? Ooh, which horse won the 2021 Kazoo St Leger? Was it A, Hurricane Lane, B, Hurricane Fly, or C, Hurricane Run? If you don't know that off the top of your head, there are ways and means, and you've got until Sunday at 11 p.m. to enter that. Will be superb. I can tell you what, if you've got a room at the Hilton Garden Hotel, people will be trying to bid you for it, because they really are hard to get, particularly for this meeting. So, from Doncaster to Chepstow we go, and a much bigger field here for this classified stakes, the Dunraven Windows classified stakes, a 0 to 50 over 7 furlongs. Few nons here. Of course, they've had all that rain at Chepstow. So Apache Charm, Nick Vedder and Sky Storm don't go, but still really open this, Luke, and we've got joint favourites now. It would be a wonderfully emotional success if he could win. And Klashaniska is also supported as well for Adrian Wintle, and that certainly makes your ears prick up.
Yeah, it really does, actually, Alex. Bit like sort of Tony Carroll at Brighton, Adrian Wintle here at Chepstow or Bath. He's pretty much a standing dish. This horse is a three-time winner coming into this, and has staged 7 furlongs, but arguably you could say better over 6 furlongs. But yeah, obviously been a really good, genuine horse for them. There is Sheeper. He's a lovely-looking horse. Yeah, he's a really attractive horse, and yeah, I mean the other ones. Let's go down some of those. Fact or fable? I'll tell you what I will do. Whatever. Seconds ago, got an entry at Doncaster, so he'd be a really interesting one. But owned by some friends of mine, actually, the Jarretts. They're lovely people. They like their pointers as well. A 3-time winner. He's been mostly on the weather. Liam Canary has been on board on most recent occasions, so he has quite a few stands. There's Wayne Hutchinson, former jockey with a haircut not dissimilar to my own, not by choice. But there is number 9, just that's Lucifer. I've already spoken about that one. Frederick Larson riding for Ron Harris, horse who didn't run too bad last time at Brighton. Sheep has already gone in. Just waiting for the others just to come forward. That is Whiff Waff, another one for Adrian Wintle. 6-time winner this one. You need to step up on that Brighton one. There is Jaffa the Gaffer, Rob Hornby. We were just talking to him a little bit earlier on. He's been in brilliant form, the old hornblower. There is Gonzaga just going in for James Bennett and Isabel Francis. Yet to win in 31 starts, but he has been placed. He's been placed on 9 occasions. So it's just a case of finding the right race. I think this is quite a difficult race if I'm perfectly honest with you. There's lovely acclamation going. Another one who's looking to break a maiden tag. 17 starts she's had without managing to win. Here comes Klashaniska. Klashaniska going into stall number 6. And I think that's a lot. Let's go and join John.
Could have been quicker from the gates as well as they make their way through the early stages of the Dunraven Windows classified stakes. Danny Blur in the yellow maroon wants to go forward, so too Fact or Fable, the two-tone blue colours there. Jaffa the Gaffer's taking quite a hold towards the grandstand rail. Lovely acclamation. The black cap, the sheepskin cheek pieces races around about 4th. Moussetir is perched out there towards the centre of the track. Chifa, the yellow cap, is pretty prominent, so too My Rosa's Gold. Then on edge, and Lucifer, Klashaniska and Whiff Waff and Gonzaga is at the rear of the field as they've come through the first couple of furlongs. And it's Fact or Fable just about the leader, to in second position Danny Blur, who's got that rail to help, followed then by Chief, who's getting a lovely trail into this race. Then lovely acclamation down the centre of the track, followed then by My Rosa's Gold. Driven along now, Moussetir on edge is now trying to angle for a run. Then Jaffa the Gaffer, Lucifer, Klashaniska's got loads to do from there. And then Whiff Waff still towards the rear of the field, and Gonzaga's completely outpaced. Down towards the final 2 furlongs they come. And it's Danny Blur to Fact or Fable. The whip is now drawn aboard Chifa, who is now trying trying to stay on. They're then followed by On Edge. Fashionistas getting going, but still a dickens of a lot of work to do. Down towards the final furlong they come, and it's Danny Blur followed by Fact or Fable. Chifa's not finding a great deal. Fashionistas getting going as they come inside the final half furlong now, though. It's Danny Blur and Fact or Fable. Danny Blur by about a neck at the moment and goes on to score here. Danny Blur for George Adobe beats Fact or Fable. Fashionista from a different part of Monmouthshire has got up to finish in third, fourth or so. Chifa.
Well, sometimes it can be very difficult, this game, but horse who hadn't won in 10 starts, and he was actually stone last of 14 here last time we saw the horse. That's why he's returned at 25-1, but absolutely no fluke about it whatsoever. He was the best horse on the day. He had the visor on last time. Whether that is just he didn't face it, I don't know. Here I thought Fact or Fable was an absolute certainty, but his run, he just started to weaken as Danny Blur just got a little bit stronger. Sheefer again, perhaps it was the ground with Sheefer, who's absolutely in position A all the way and travelled really nicely. But yeah, really pleased for John Spearing. He's been training for so long. I can remember real good horses like Run and Skip and horses like that over the years. But yeah, George has just kept this horse going. Klashenicka as well, back there in the joint favourite, back there in third. Has run perfectly respectably. But, well, Alex, I think you'd have been doing really well if you could have managed to find this one. But Danny Blur, no fluke about it, returns at 25-1.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually thought, as probably most people did, that the horse in blue, Fact or Fable, was just going to scoot home, because look how well he's travelling at this point, whereas George Adobe already working hard. But George Adobe, you know, has a very good strike rate and level stakes profit at Chepstow, even better now, taking into account this 25-1 winner. Pound on every one of her rides at Chepstow would have yielded £43.91. 7 winners, that is, from 43 rides. So definitely a jockey to follow at Chepstow. Rides the track very well and gets Danny Blur home in front at 25-1 for John Spearing, who trains and owns.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
The big games are here. Big challenges. Big moments. Big goals. And big whatever that was. And with Coral's free-to-play football Super Series, this week's big game just got better. Predict 4 match stats and you could win free bets or £50 cash. Football Super Series, free to play every week from Coral.
Make your barbecue sizzle this weekend with Morrison's. A 4-pack of British beef quarter pounders from our Market Street is just £1.99. Morrison's, make good things happen.
Pets aren't just animals, they're part of our story. Our bedtime guardians, our personal trainers,
our travel companions, our work besties,
our snuggle buddies, our family. And that's why we exist. With cover to suit your budget, Animal Friends is here so you can create more stories together. Plus, every pet policy comes with an added purpose, helping us donate millions to animal welfare charities worldwide. Animal Friends, because all good stories start with a tale. Get a quote today at animalfriends.co.uk.
Sometimes we put off the important things, like helping to provide financial protection for your family if the worst should happen.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. You're speaking to Lisa. How may I help you?
Hi. Your advert for life insurance says I can arrange cover over the phone with no complicated forms.
Yes, that's right. As long as you're a UK resident, aged 18 to 64, you can apply for a benefit amount of £60,000 up to £750,000.
Great.
You won't need a medical or a blood test, just a few health and lifestyle questions to answer. I just need to get your age and smoker status.
I'm 32 and a non-smoker.
OK, if you choose £100,000 benefit amount, it's £6.89 a month.
That's affordable and covers our mortgage.
We'll send you a free will kit with your policy. And as a thank you, you'll get back 10% of your first year's premiums. That's the smart cashback.
With Smart Insurance, you can help protect your family's future. Take out a policy today to receive your free £100 Amazon gift card. So call Smart Insurance on 0800 904 7462 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
At the Cotswold Company, we know your table hosts many memories. That's why we build our furniture to stand the test of time with traditional craftsmanship. Along with our beautiful range of tableware, glassware and accessories, you can bring your home to life with the perfect dining table. The Cotswold Company. Discover our range at your nearest store or at cotswoldco.com.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
It was a really close call, wasn't it, over at Brighton. Masterclass the Grey getting the better of Ischia. Thank you very much to Stephen for emailing me about Ischia. It's a small island off the coast of Naples, apparently, so at least I can pronounce her name right going forward. But it was all about this masterclass. Let's go back to Jace.
Well done, Cal. Always a bonus when you turn up for one spin and get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been coming. He, you know, I suppose there was a pound in difference between him and Fantrol's horse, and it looks like that might have been about right. But I think he's got potential to just improve a bit. He's just backed off slightly coming down the hill, but once he hit the rising ground, I thought I was just getting there.
Yeah, I mean, heads up, heads down. It was a tight hold. Yeah. Did you know? Sometimes you get an inkling.
Thought I'd just won, but you know, my record around here gives me reason for negativity, really. But no, fortunately, the guys let me know cantering back, so no, it was good to get the job done. So he might just stay a bit further. He on handicap debut I rode him. He was too keen with me. My bad hands came into play, but he was better today, and he might just stay further.
Self-depreciating as ever. Yeah, 7 furlongs looks to be within his compass. You've ridden a good few winners for Dave down the years, and it's been a sort of a good combination.
Yeah, I love riding for David. You know, it's been great, especially the last few seasons. I started riding whilst Jamie was injured. I rode sort of the majority for a while, and you know, but he supplies me with a lot of rides and enjoy riding work for him. And you know, I always think if David wants to use me, you know, I can't be doing too bad. You know, it's nice to be a part of it.
I see bookings. Have you got Spring is Sprung coming up again soon? He might run again. He's got ability, that horse.
Yeah, I recall talking to you before he ran at Lingfield last time. We went up to 7 last time, and I think it just found him out the final sort of half furlong. He's back to 6. He's taken me up to Catterick, which is you know, a little further than ideal, but the trip is right for him anyway. So I think he should be competitive again very soon.
Perfect. Good luck for Her Majesty. Well done here.
Thanks, Jason. Cheers.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, well done to him. We're moving on a pace though, because we've got the Derek Delboy Hart Sidmouth Curry Club Handicap coming up next. Absolutely intrigued about that as George Rook gets legged up onto Largo Bay. You can see Temur Khan, I think that is already on the way to post for Molly Phillips and Tony Carroll. What a good combo they are. It is number 1 Largo Bay that's favourite here at 5-2, 11-4 for Temur Khan. Number 6 Hidden Pearl is a 7-2 shot for John Berry, who snapped up the services of Harry Davis, who claims 3, of course, now, having hit his 50 the other day. Number 4, Juno-esque for Grace McEntee is at 9-2. The brilliantly named Hooves Like Jagger is 5-1 for Holly Doyle and Tony Carroll. And the outsider at 33-1 is Loving Pearl, another one for John Berry and John Egan. So Jason's been having a good look at these in the paddock. What's caught your eye, Jace?
Yeah, they're not a bad-looking bunch. I think we'll get a view of the trainer. He's one of the most hardest-working gentlemen I know. And here he is, John Berry, who's got a couple of runners in the line. He's tried to run off with his number tag. tried to run off with his number tag, and we'll get our cameraman out of the way so he doesn't get kicked. That's Juno S going out for the Gallagher team. Looks an absolute picture. John, couple of runners for the team. How are you, first of all? Good to see you.
Fine, Jason, thank you. Fine. Yeah, never very satisfactory running two horses in the same race, but it's, for these Class 6 horses, even in this dry summer, it's hard enough to find fast ground because they've been putting so many of the races on the all-weather, and, you know, if you come here, you get fast ground, and Hidden Pearl's probably better over mile 6 than a mile 4, but it's a stiff, mile and a half with a stiff finish, and at least we get her fast ground. And she'd won a mile 6 at Bath, and we came to the festival here, and she was second, but we're a bit better off with Temukan at the weight, so hopefully we'll run.
That's it, weights and measures, isn't it? One of those. That's the angle in, or for the angle for her to turn it around. The filly down the bottom, or the mare, sorry, down the bottom, Tony Fordham, I was looking, Kryptos, Batgirl, going back some multiple winners down the years.
Tony's had some nice horses, and frustratingly, I think this should be, but all season, she's had one or two issues and sort of stop-start racing career until this year, and she's just been running worse than she should have been. She's been galloping well and running worse, and 2 starts ago at Beverly, she's never made a noise, but Faye McManaman said, for her first mile, I was so happy, and she just cut out so quickly. Get her scoped. So we scoped, and the soft palate was detached. So, tongue-tie and cross-noseband, which we hoped we'd establish whether that was going to work at Thirsk last time. But, I mean, I was so baffled we'd reached for the blinkers before, and she'd raced really kindly in them, so we actually kept them on last time, and she was far too keen.
Okay.
So we learnt nothing about the wind, because when they pull that hard and run that free, they weaken at the end anyway. So blinkers off, tongue-tie, cross-noseband, and we'll see what happened. And, you know, just ride her quietly. And this is a great track to do it because, you know, it's a stiff finish and they always go hard. So, you know, I hope if it works, she'll be finishing her race off well. Okay. And if she's still not breathing right, she won't be. But yeah, it was for various reasons. It was the right race to bring both fillies to.
Perfect. Well, listen, I hope to talk to you in the winners' enclosure, and then, John, as we know you're the great brain of racing, I'll have a chat with you regarding all the troubles with small fields and what we're going to do and how we can improve the prize money, and then you can give us chapter and verse after. Is that all right?
It is, yes. And all while we're doing so, we'll bear in mind that there've always been small fields in the summer.
There we go. Good luck.
Thank you.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Betting can add a little excitement to any sporting event.
But only if it's done safely, responsibly and within our means.
Never gamble when angry or feeling low.
Set yourself a limit for time, money or both.
No matter what the problem is, gambling is never
the answer.
There is always someone to talk to when you feel gambling is becoming a stress.
Check out responsiblegaming.paddypower.com.
Lots of people ask, what is equity release? How does it work? Is the money tax-free? So, let me explain. Equity release is another form of mortgage. The main type is a lifetime mortgage. You take a tax-free lump sum to enjoy, pay off any existing mortgage, and with a lifetime mortgage, interest rates are fixed for life. Speak to a fully qualified advisor at the UK's #1 equity release specialist, Age Partnership. Or visit agepartnership.co.uk to find out how much you can release.
We've got big shows, big broadband and huge savings. For only $34.99 a month, get brilliant broadband and world-class TV with Netflix, and now entertainment including Sky Max and Sky Atlantic. That's a saving of £323. So you can watch big shows like Stranger Things on Netflix and unmissable comedy dramas like Breeders on Now. At $34.99 a month, it's worth every penny. Hurry, this offer ends Thursday. Join BT today.
Are you ready for your ambassador training?
I'm ready.
It's Jason Donovan.
What can our players win? £1,000 every day. £30,000 every Saturday and Sunday. And a share of £3.2 million in our September draws.
And who'd you win with?
Neighbours.
Join in with your neighbours before midnight this Thursday to play in our September draws.
Sell your car the motorway way, where dealers compete.
Just sell the car.
What?
No way.
Yes way! Motorway, the way to sell your car.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
We will be back to Brighton in just a moment. Let's tell you what else we've got to look forward to today. Vichy and Southall coming up a little bit later on. We've also got a listed chase from Clairefontaine. That's coming up at 5 o'clock. So just before Vichy and Southall. Stateside, Finger Lakes and Thistledown. That's not until 9 when Southall's finished. Simon Mapetoft at Southall. And tomorrow morning, race day preview starts at 11 a.m. So be sure to tune into that to get some good pointers for the rest of the day. Actually, an interesting thing tomorrow. We've got 3 jumps meetings tomorrow. And that's just part of the sort of flat jockeys' welfare. They're just wanting to give the flat jockeys a couple of days off here and there. And tomorrow we've got Worcester, Bangor and Fontwell. So it's all jumping tomorrow, and that is the reason why. The BHA have actually tweeted about that today. So good steps that they're taking just to make sure that these flat riders get, well, it's an afternoon off, isn't it? Because as Jason Weaver will tell you, it's all the riding out in the morning, Jason. That never stops, does it? You've got to do the rounds and go and visit the yards that you ride for. But at least it means they don't have to rush off, these jockeys, and race in the afternoon if every so often they're scheduling a day of, say, all jumps racing or all flat racing.
Yeah, it's so difficult, Alex, isn't it? You know, with lots of sports, they do manage to get some sort of form of break-in throughout the campaign. It's very, very hard trying to please everybody all the time. In fact, it's nigh on impossible. So, runners down at the start for our 3:20 at Brighton. Good luck to John Berry here. Got a couple of runners, Hidden Pearl, Loving Pearl. And I've got to say, though, the one that took me in the prelims, a 5-to-1 shot, Juno-esque, looks really, really well. Good luck to Andrew Bell and Michael Wright, who own the mare by Virtual. And Grace McEntee gets on board as well, as run and won over course and distance. Managed to win here underneath Trevor Whelan on a mark of 57. It's come back down to that mark again now. But Tamir Khan and Hidden Pearl be having a little bit of a match up here yet again. Can Harry Davis get another one on the board and just get away from Benoit de la Sayette? Very, very tight at the top to be champion apprentice at the moment. Last couple being offered up, 1 or 2 being a little bit reluctant. And then they will be on that long journey home, John, from the 1.5 mile start here. Left, right, uphill and down dale.
Yes, indeed, Jason. Must be the most unique of 1.5 mile trips here, I would have thought, as the last 2 prepare to load, as you rightly say. Hidden Pearl there in the blue colours, stall number 8. As all the golfers watch on beyond, lots of activity on the golf course today. I would imagine your tee-off time at 4:45 is pretty secure today, Jason. And it will be Loving Pearl, the last one to come forward now into stall 2. And we're set to go now. And they're off. The trip is 1.5 miles for them. Tamir Khan just a little bit slowly away, and Hidden Pearl giving plenty of time out of the gates as well. Looks as though Holly Doyle's keen to restrain Who's Like Jagger as well. So there's now 4 of them, including Loving Pearl, who are held up well off the pace, leaving just 2 of them to set the early tempo here. They're Juno-esque and Largo Bay. So the Derek Delboy Hart Sidmouth Curry Club handicap is underway, and there's quite an expanse of land between the leader Juno-esque and the back marker Loving Pearl as they make the first turn. First quarter of a mile well behind them now. Juno-esque leading, 2 to 3 clear. Largo Bay second. Temur Khan is just improving now on the outside of Hidden Pearl. They've moved both of them a little bit close to the 2 leaders. Still switched off is Who's Like Jagger as they swing downhill towards the final mile of the contest. And the back marker, Loving Pearl, has always been at the back. Juno-esque together with Largo Bay. They're the leaders then as they freewheel down the hill, with in 3rd place Hidden Pearl now directly alongside Temur Khan. Then in 5th place is Who's Like Jagger. And after Who's Like Jagger, Loving Pearl still our back marker. Coming then down well inside the final 6 furlongs, and the leader Juno-esque showing up clearly by 2 to Largo Bay as now Hidden Pearl gets right in behind Juno-esque as they approach this next left-hand turn. Temur Khan is back in 4th place now. Who's Like Jagger to the outside, and then Loving Pearl at the back of the field. Turning and coming now towards the home straight inside the final half mile. Juno-esque leads narrowly from Largo Bay, and Hidden Pearl just smuggling in behind as the cutaway now unveils itself. They're followed through by Temur Khan. On the outside is Who's Like Jagger, and Loving Pearl is a bit behind them as they now dash for the final 2.5 furlongs. So Juno-esque has real pressure on all sides. On the far side by Hidden Pearl and Temur Khan, who's going for a rail run. All run out of room. Temur Khan. Hidden Pearl still in front. Still there, though, is Largo Bay, and Temur Khan has to switch around them. Down the wide outside, Who's Like Jagger being presented late. Hidden Pearl being joined by Largo Bay. Temur Khan coming on again, together with Who's Like Jagger. Great finish here. Largo Bay got up to win it. Temur Khan has to go down as unlucky. With that one on the outside was Who's Like Jagger, and Hidden Pearl faded next.
Largo Bay for George Rook and Michael Madrick. Haven't seen Michael on track for a while. Wishing you the best, Michael, and the team at home. Sending our very, very best to the squad. And been off the track, Largo Bay, for what, 10 weeks? And comes and gets the win on the board in the Joe Lane colours. Gelded son of Flintshire. And George Rook, brilliant little win as far as he is concerned. Gets the dream run towards the outside. Oh, it was a bit of a nightmare, wasn't it? Temur Khan gets checked down on the inside and then stays on late in the day. Battling on the inside is Hidden Pearl, but all but for that interference, it would have been much, much tighter. Here's the head-on. Molly going for that split, which she was entitled to, but it is closed on her. And she switches out and comes with that challenge down towards the centre of the track. But that wasn't the case with Largo Bay. 10 weeks away from the track, but he's been prepped perfectly by the Madgwick team. Lukey Boy in the paddock at Chepstow.
Certainly am, and that is Night Battle with William Buick on board. Massively short, 1-16 favourite, so that tells you all you need to know. Was a little bit disappointing in the Cheshire Oaks, but she won first time up at Lingfield. She's got a very, very stout pedigree behind her. Kingman filly. William just got on her just over on the far side, just to try to keep everything as calm as possible. Not that she was doing anything wrong. She was just on her toes, and he'll just let her canter down the post. Just trotting away now. Just trotting away now. Skirth on him, so he'll be able to put his hands in the neck strap there, but no problems whatsoever. Next one to come out is Just Jersey, having her third run. She's by Geordie Land. Of course, Jamie Osborne used to train as well. It's been a long way last time. But, yeah, needs to come forward. Philly Fudge is interesting. There was a little bit of money for this one this morning, a 9-1 chance. Will race handy, I thought. Obviously got a bit of experience. The 6th at Wolverhampton last time, was 4th at Newmarket first time up. Amy's horses have been in really good form. George Wood in the saddle. And then we've got Nicola Curry coming out on Regatta Queen for Robin Brisland. First time acclaimed filly. Was owned and bred by Jackie Cornwall, so best of luck to them. And then finally Bakewell, who's just got a little bit revved up actually. This is her 3rd run. She needs to step up markedly on those last 2 efforts. Thomas Greatrex looking for his 100th winner on 99 that he is. So Night Battle then, a 1-16 shot.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
The big games are here. Big challenges. Big moments. Big goals. And big whatever that was. And with Coral's free-to-play football Super Series, this week's big game just got better. Predict 4-match stats, and you could win free bets or £50 cash. Football Super Series, free-to-play every week from Coral.
If you're happy with your Tonys, clap your hands.
They sing songs and tell me stories. I'm a fan. I am happy and I know it, so my face will surely show it.
And no screens at all, so that is pretty grand.
I'm the boss of when they pause. I'm in charge of when they play.
And they're great for bedtime stories. Yippee-yay. Yippee-yay. Tonys. Happy kids.
Happy parents.
Happy listening.
So, in an emergency, our Very Sure alarm
allows us to respond to you in seconds.
And we can set it by...
just by tapping the key reader. It's easy.
I knew it was a good idea.
Very Sure alarms for home and business. Install your alarm now and get a free video doorbell. Call now or start your quote at verysure.co.uk.
Here at the Cotswold Company, we have hundreds of beautiful pieces for your bedroom, crafted using traditional methods and the finest materials, ensuring they'll last. With a range of bed frames starting from $399, so you can bring your home to life with the dream bedroom. The Cotswold Company. Discover our range at your nearest store or at cotswoldco.com.
Our new home. Not just a roof over our head, but something to build on. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you're always protected. Which reminds me.
Welcome to Smart Insurance. How can I help?
Hi, I'd like to get a quote for family life insurance, please.
Okay. If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can get cover up to £750,000 depending on your age. You won't need a medical. There are just a few health and lifestyle questions. I just need your age and smoker status, please.
I'm 32 and I don't smoke.
Okay. For £100,000 of cover, it's £6.89 a month.
That's less than I thought. And could help pay the mortgage for him.
As a thank you, you'll get 10% back from your first year's premiums. That's the smart cashback.
Sounds perfect. I'll go ahead.
Life insurance is a smart way to help protect your family's financial future. Plus, when you take out a policy, you'll get a £100 gift card. Get a quote today. Call 0800 2600 552 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
We would like to present to you
Blessing is getting up. Bless him, a masterclass by Jamie Spencer.
Redemption day for Frankie. Inspiral. Inspired.
Well, we are up to Newcastle on Thursday, so will the North and Yorkshire strike? Or will horses be coming up from the east, London and the south with the aim to get more points on the board? You'll be able to see all the declarations tomorrow. We're off to Newcastle Thursday for week 3 of the Racing League, and we'll be on air from 5:30. In the meantime, we are back off to Chepstow. The Adrian Wintle Racing Fillies Novice Stakes over a mile, and Night Battle has already been into battle, albeit beaten a very long way at Chester in the Cheshire Oaks back in early May behind Thoughts of June. She was only sent off 5-1 though on that occasion, having won on her debut, and you know they expected more from her there. They did wonder if she might have been unsuited by soft ground there. Well, unfortunately, the rains come again, so let's hope it was maybe more track rather than underfoot conditions. But obviously she's a little bit warm, isn't she? And she wears a small sheepskin noseband just to help her head carriage as well in a race. And Simon and Ed Crisford are going pretty well at the moment, a strike rate of 24%. So she won at Lingfield on debut over a mile and a quarter, stepped up to the 1 mile 3.5 at Chester. Thought the ground might have been an issue, but interesting that she drops back to a mile here. She's by Kingman. She's got a lovely pedigree, so hopefully there's plenty of pace there as well. And what an unbelievable pedigree, because the Dam Fine Time was a full sister to Passage of Time, no less. So top quality breeding, and let's see if she can get another win on the board shortly.
It's fast, it's fearless, it's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
Bakewell is going to be the first to be loaded. She's going into stall number 1. As I said, Tom Greatrix on 99 winners. 1-16 Night Battle. I know she was, you know, perhaps the ground didn't suit her at Chester, but I suspect that for whatever reason it just didn't work out for her that day more than anything else. I don't suppose they ideally would have liked soft ground, but she should just be able to canter through this without any problems whatsoever. There is just going forward Regatta Queen, Robin Brisland, first timer, coming out of 2. So there's number 3, Philly Fudge, second favourite, had a little bit of support. Might end up taking them along actually. Just Jersey in the Anthony Taylor colours. And they're all in. Let's see how they get on.
Ready and off. They're racing for the Adrian Wintle Racing Fillies Novice Stakes, and Night Battle, a very, very short price favourite, has got away in races. And around about second behind Philly Fudge, who's taking them along here. Took them along for a while at Wolverhampton over a longer trip, and it's just about the leader, although now being tackled and passed by Regatta Queen. So it's Regatta Queen in the purple and orange colours to Philly Fudge, who's racing in second. Then Night Battle, is very short price favourite in third, followed then by Bakewell towards the outside, who's got no cover, and a bit of cover for Just Jersey in the yellow and green at the back of the field. Final 5 furlongs, Regatta Queen, this newcomer in the hands of Nicola Curry, to Philly Fudge, who races in second. Night Battle, Buick looking for this quick Chepstow double, racing in third, and then Bakewell and Just Jersey heading on down now towards the final half mile or so. And it's Regatta Queen, 2. In second position, Philly Fudge. Night Battle, striped sleeves now just moved out for a run by Buick as they come towards the final 3. Then Just Jersey and Bakewell now being driven along at the rear of the field. Down towards the final 2.5 they go. Philly Fudge and Regatta Queen have been at the head of affairs throughout. Night Battle just being asked now to go alongside as they go inside the final quarter of a mile. Philly Fudge the leader. Regatta Queen's run a pretty decent race on debut. Night Battle is now getting going, just having to puff out the cheeks a little bit, and it's Regatta Queen that leads as they come towards the final furlong. Night Battle is in a bit of a battle now. Regatta Queen, the newcomer, to Night Battle, the 1-16 favourite, who is now getting on top, and it's Night Battle in the end by a couple of lengths as they go to the line. Night Battle, it wasn't necessarily a stroll in the park, but a still one anyway. Regatta Queen in second, Philly Fudge was third, fourth or some, Just Jersey, and Bakewell finished in fifth.
Oh, for half a second, I thought that the favourite was going to be in a little bit of trouble then, but in the end, she's gone and done the business. I doubt that conditions are ideal for her, but you'd have to say that Regatta Queen has run an absolute stormer on her racecourse debut. See the others just coming in, Philly Fudge back at third, but here everything obviously seemingly going okay, but it's quite difficult. You can't really appreciate it when you're watching from home how undulating this course is, and you can see her. She's just lugging that way, and she actually, if you notice there, she just lost her back legs a little bit. I suspect it's got a little bit loose. You know, we've had such little rain for such a long time. Now that it has, the ground has probably got loose, but in the end, she's won this really nicely, and. Yeah, so that's a double for William. He's got one more ride. He rides for Ali Strong in our final race, and again will be sent off favourite, Musical Mystery. But yeah, not a lot to say about that, really, Alex.
No, other than he did have to work a little bit harder than I'm sure he expected, and Kingman very, very talented and an amazing stallion, but they are sometimes a bit like that, aren't they? Got loads of ability, but as they said at Chester when she flopped, that the soft ground didn't suit, and it's obviously the rain has come again. Now look at this. This is one of the earlier races at Brighton, where you can see Largo Bay won, but there was a bit of a scrimmaging here. Look at the blue colours second from the right, yellow colours on the rail. That's Molly Phillips on Temakan in the yellow. She's going into a gap that was there. The door shuts and she has to take pretty dramatic action there to stop an incident occurring, and really probably unlucky because stays on to finish in second. Just had a quick look at the BHA site, and there's nothing to report yet from the steward's room from that race, albeit there was a careless riding ban handed out in the first, which I'll tell you about shortly. But let's go back to Jason and get some winning reaction, because it was Largo Bay who came out on top.
Well, George, what a tidy little performance from him.
Thank you. Yeah, he's on the up now, so he's in good form. So.
As far as you're concerned, last time you won on him 10 weeks ago, claiming the 3, not so more anymore.
Yeah, no, we used to have him at the bosses, Mr. Hughes, but Joe brought him after he won a sale at Lingfield of 55, and he loves the place at Mr. Madrick's. They cant around the fields. He's just enjoying it, He's done that nicely as well. He missed a few races, but he's a bit fresh today. I thought he might have burnt himself out down at the start, but he didn't, which was good.
Was he a little bit free on the way to post? It's a long old way down here, isn't it?
It is, and he's sort of you sort of know him best when he's like, he walks around here lovely, then you get him, then he gets a bit warm. But I seen he was warm before I even got on him, and I was a little bit. He's missed a few, 2 months I think, but no, couldn't fault him today.
Yeah, well done on him. I'll have a chat with Joe, isn't it, in the striped shirt?
Striped shirt. Yeah,
he was quite happy, or the boys were happy afterwards. Well, that's brilliant to see.
Oh, Largo was his first winner. They named the dog after him. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it, but
no, he's brilliant, named after him. Okay, perfect. Cheers. Good luck.
Brilliant, thank you.
Now, our winning owner, Joe, come and have a word with us. How are you? How are you? You all right?
Very well, thank you. Yeah.
How good was that? Just talk us through that.
I woke up this morning and thought he could, but maybe he, we always hope he would too. But you got a lot's got to go right for you. Even at the lowest levels of racing, things have still got to go right. And yeah, it did. He dug in. He's a battler. One thing that I always loved about him is he's a trier. And yeah, I couldn't be over the moon more, you know.
So there's two questions I've got to ask you. Yeah. What's that gentleman's name there?
That gentleman's name's Ed.
Right, so Ed tells me you did a brilliant interview when you'd had a couple. Oh. Is that right?
It's usually the case, to be honest with you, Jason. Yeah, we like to get a bit of Dutch courage on our way to the races. We look all week and we worry that as the week goes on we're becoming more and more biased, and our chances seem to improve. The market might suggest otherwise, but no, we have a good day whenever we come racing. Lingfield, Kempton, Brighton, wherever we go with him, we know we've got a chance. Yeah. He is one of those horses at this level where you could go to the races and think we're in with a squeak. He could be 50 to 1 and you've got a chance.
Because he's been off for 10 weeks, you know, so there's obviously been something not quite right, and then he's back.
Through no fault of his own. We got balloted out of one, and one didn't quite go right for us, and it was he hasn't missed a day, so we knew that he would still he'd still go. We were almost worried he might do a bit too much too soon, but we knew that with the experience George rides him time and time again, he knows the horse better than anybody else, and we just thought, you know, he'll do what he's got to do today, and I was almost confident that he would do it today, which I was more worried about than anything else because I've never been this confident. So hopefully he'll go again, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, I said two more. I've actually got two more now. I believe you've got a dog named after him?
I have. We had an agreement. My wife said we'd had a couple of horses with Michael, and we've had a few over the last few years, and some have been more successful than others. And we said that we were going to the sales and we're going to go and buy a horse from a seller. And she was, what, another one? I said, yeah. I said, the next one will be the winner, I promise. And she said she wanted a sausage dog. I was like, we don't need another dog. She said, we don't need another horse. So I said, all right, I'll tell you what, if this next horse wins, we'll get a dog, a sausage dog. And we had the agreement, and at Lingfield back on the 25th of February, he won. And if you listen carefully to your Sky Sports Racing commentary, you'll hear in the background my children screaming, we're getting a sausage dog. So he won, we bought the sausage dog, and yeah, we've got a sausage dog named Largo.
Fantastic, great little story. Yeah. And a quick word, Michael's not here today, but we're sending him our besties at home. Lovely, lovely gent.
Obviously, I've only ever been involved with Michael. I've been involved at syndicates up to part ownership through to full ownership. Michael's like I'd class him as one of my best friends. Yeah. We chat every day mostly, and I'll go over to the stables here, there and everywhere, and yeah, I wouldn't ever send my horse anywhere else. Like I said before, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would have no qualms whatsoever in going and buying a really good horse and taking it to Michael, because I'll tell you, if you gave him a good horse, you would get good results.
Yeah, well, never mind that. I saw you and the boys and how much you enjoyed that. That's great to see, and very well done to you and the team.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Cheers.
Well done, Joe.
Get another dog, Joe. You need another dog. What a Dachshund. They take up no space. Ah, perfect. I'm sure your family will be watching and just say, Alex told you so. You can't have too many. Well, you can have too many, but listen, I've got 3 and that's fine. Right, moving on. Speaking of 3 runners in this At the Races app form study nursery handicap. 0 to 60, a mile is the trip, but it's pretty tightly matched. Look at that, Sweet Fortune. 11 to 8 favourite. Will it be a treble for Clifford Lee and a double at the track for Carl Burke? Well, Jason's told us a bit about the pedigree. He'll no doubt remind us about that in a moment, but this is the horse winning at Wolverhampton on the 12th of August. First time cheek pieces this day. It was Johnny Pete claiming 5, which obviously helped an awful lot. So it does have slightly different conditions, I guess, and as much as that was off 55 with a £5 claim, this is 59 with no claim. But you've got the added bonus of an experienced Clifford Lee in the saddle and a man who's having a very, very good day. So good luck to Wolfpack 6 and partners, and Carl Burke and Clifford Lee with this daughter of Unfortunately. She looks good, doesn't she? Well turned out, as you'd expect. And her coat looks really, really good. So 59, that's her mark here. Amarillo Gold represents Jamie and Safi Osborne, and Safi takes the 3 off this horse who is rated just 53, 0 from 5 so far, but has, I guess, is it a bonus of having Brighton experience? Finished last on that occasion, in a good race though, and made the running that day. I don't know what they'll do maybe here, maybe a little bit more restraint potentially, but was pretty keen last time out, but was ridden more patiently, so maybe they'll try that with Amarillo Gold. Speaking of dogs, we were speaking about 3, now dogs. Who Let the Dogs Out is the third and final runner at 9 to 4 here, and already has a win at Fosslas over 7.5 furlongs last time out of 57. 60 here for a short head victory, and that one was first time visors as well. So you've got 2 horses here who had the headgear on for the first time last time, just got to be as effective this time round. And I know, Jason, that's not always the case, is it? They can wear the headgear, it has the desired effect, not always the second time round.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, Alex, it certainly is. And then, of course, we got the exception to the rule was the horse who won the Melrose the other day, of William Haggis's. Oh dear, how can I say that and then forget his name after he absolutely bolted up as well. But yeah, it's one of those that sometimes I have been shouted in my ear, but I still didn't hear it. Sholcombe, there we go, who Solcombe, that was it, bolted up, didn't he? So he could be, he's one of those who had the headgear on and he kept on improving. But no, as a rule, they don't always back up as well in the headgear second time. Nothing between the lot of them. Look at that, 11 to 8, 2 to 1, 9 to 4. Who gets the best run round? Who goes forward? Clifford Lee, well, there's a little line into the race with Sweet Fortune. He is bidding for his first ever treble. So no pressure, Clifford. Carl Burke, I don't know if he's managed to send that email in. If you haven't, Carl, I know that you had a big winner last week, and you know, but please do get in touch with Alex and let us know. 2 horses trained the sire of both horses, Havana Gold earlier on, and unfortunately the sire of Sweet Fortune, who was a champion 2-year-old, unfortunately, over in France, the Prix Mornay winner. Amarillo Gold, I suppose it'll be interesting to see how Safi, who gets on after Nicola Road last time, tries to turn that form around with Sweet Fortune. They were both a little bit slowly away in a smallish field, or Amarillo Gold was probably a bit more keen rather than being sluggish out of the gates, and only beaten, you know, 2.5 lengths. It's next to nothing, is it, to turn it around, especially with a little change around slightly in the weights. Johnny Pete was on board Sweet Fortune on that occasion, taken off a 5. Obviously Clifford with no claim, but he's bidding for that first time travel. And Who Let the Dogs Out, sung beautifully by Alex just a moment ago, in the Paul and Claire Rooney colours for David Evans. Here's John.
Hey Jason, no singing here, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm pleased to say. Amarillo Gold is in, and they're off and racing. The 3 runners jump away with the trip of a mile in front at Form Study Nursery. Early on, good jump from Amarillo Gold, but it's quite happy to get some company and gets a small lead now from Who Let the Dogs Out, who comes through to just head off Amarillo Gold. Just sense that Safi Osborne will be quite happy with that. And the back marker, Sweet Fortune, watching on from rear. So they head down the hill. And now back in front is Amarillo. Narrow advantage over Who Let the Dogs Out. Sweet Fortune still the back marker. So down towards this turn, approaching the final 4.5 furlongs of the contest. Amarillo Gold, Who Let the Dogs Out, has never been far away, just a neck between the 2 of them, and a length and a half away, Sweet Fortune, she's the back marker. Approaching the 3 pole, Who Let the Dogs Out on the outside of Amarillo Gold, and once again they come down the middle of the track. Sweet Fortune's hard at work in behind, but not yet out of this either, as they race on with the 2 furlong marker now in sight. and Amarillo Gold takes over from Who Let the Dogs Out. Can Sweet Fortune up her game over on the far side? They've all drifted over towards that far side rail. Amarillo Gold leading. Sweet Fortune's trying to come there on the rail. Who Let the Dogs Out's in behind those. Amarillo Gold just leaning in slightly to Sweet Fortune, who's not got an awful lot of racing room, but Amarillo Gold out in front from Sweet Fortune. And Who Let the Dogs Out? Amarillo Gold for Saffie Osborne has won by nearly 2 lengths. Sweet Fortune second. Who Let the Dogs Out last of the trio.
The father and daughter combination with Amarillo Gold. Well done to Dennis Barry and partner. Oh, your little gelded son of Shalar, who, well, he's only been gelded. This is his 3rd start since that, and he's certainly taken a significant step forward. 3 runs earlier on, over 6 furlongs. Since he's been stepped up in distance, he's been far more competitive, and he still looks as if a bit more time on his back. He's chopping and changing leads there underneath Saffie. Maybe that's the camber more than anything else. Clifford Lee trying for that treble, just pops out again onto that near 4, but Saffie keeps him balanced and rolling up to the line. Who Let the Dogs Out is the only one to close in a little bit later on with the visor on from the back of the pack. But wasn't to be, was it, for Sweet Fortune? That turnaround in the weights, not enough. And Amarillo Gold, Saffie Osborne in the drive for her father. Well done to Dennis, who gets another win on the board. Nice little performance. Just 3 runners, but made for quite an exciting race. One more to come here at Brighton. Saffie Osborne for a chat when we return.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Hard. We're suspending you for 2 days.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Well, soft, but you know.
Hard.
Hard! Racing is hard. Betting on it shouldn't be. The UK's #1 betting app. Built for ease. Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Do you need to borrow money for home improvements, a car, or paying off debts? But have you struggled with credit in the past? Then you've come to the right place. Everyday Loans. At Everyday Loans, we offer a service that's friendly and reliable. Apply online or on your phone. Representative APR 99.9%. Apply now at everydayloans.co.uk.
At TalkTalk, we're helping the nation to save money on their broadband. Right now, you could save over £200 versus BT and EE over 18 months on 900 megabits per second full fibre with total home Wi-Fi for just £49 a month. Powered by Amazon Eero with total home Wi-Fi and no setup fees. Keep more money in your pocket. Save over £200 with TalkTalk. Deals that make sense. Search TalkTalk. TalkTalk for everyone.
Here at the Cotswold Company, we have hundreds of beautiful pieces for your bedroom, crafted using traditional methods and the finest materials, ensuring they'll last. With a range of bed frames starting from $399, so you can bring your home to life with the dream bedroom. The Cotswold Company. Discover our range at your nearest store or at cotswoldco.com.
What if people with type 1 diabetes had the power to manage their condition without pricking their finger? To know their glucose levels and where they're heading with just a glance at their phone? To get a 20-minute warning before a hypo, all powered by a small wearable glucose sensor. Experience the Dexcom difference today. Visit Dexcom.com.
Imagine a few days away from it all, being spoiled at a country manor, or refreshed by a heritage coastline, with the best of Britain on the doorstep. Escape for some precious you time and great food. Then cocktails, shows, live music, dancing, all just for adults. And our newest hotel by the Cotswolds, Haythrop Park, opens this summer. Great value breaks with so much included at Warner Hotels.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
The way the weather's been riding.
There is number 6, that's Past Fact, who must have a decent chance here. He's a 7-time winner, this lad. Obviously, you expect to see him at Bath a lot. Malcolm just trains down the road. And that's the last time he's out. But he's been here. He's been placed here over course and distance when he was second the time before. Just a suspicion that he might be slightly better over 6 furlongs. But, yeah, he's got to have a Finley Marsh is in the saddle. Horse behind that one is horse number 7. That's Paraths for Mitchell Hunt, who's changed down in Bridgewater. Was 4th at Foss yet to win in 9 starts, this lad. So he's got to step up on that. There's number 4, flashy number 4. That's Louis Trez for James Evans, who trained that far from here in Kinnersley. Was 5th at Chelmsford last time. Probably his best run for quite some time was when he was runner-up at Hamilton, only beaten a length and 3/4. There in front of us here actually is Rod Millman with William Carver. Blimey, if you saw Rod's horse that got demoted at Sandown yesterday, that was just so unlucky. I think he's going to actually appeal that. This is Captain Ryan, who's been a bit of a legend of a horse over the years. Jeff Deacon trains him. Didn't happen for him last time we saw him at Brighton, but that was a while ago. He's won 10 times, this lad. Won 10 of his 65 starts. He likes to be up there and race pretty handy. So I love old horses like that go on and keep on winning. What else we got? Here's number 1 just coming past. That's Bamalama, who has won a couple of times. That's Rod's horse. Just saying how unlucky he was yesterday. We ran a good race here last time in a big field. Was 3rd of 15. He's been second a couple of times at Foss Lass as well recently, so it's been pretty consistent. And I said the Millman horses have been in really good form. Some of the others we haven't mentioned, Mr. PC for Tony Carroll. We've already seen at Brighton, Tony's horses have been in good form. There's one of his 16 starts. He didn't run badly at Brighton last time. He's a winner on the weather at Wolverhampton as well, off exactly this mark. So yeah, we would have a chance. The other one, just see the grey there, the mare, the Gravy Train. She's won plenty of times for Ron and the team, 6 to be precise, and she's been in good form actually. She's run well at Foss Lass and at Bath the last couple of times. So it's again another really competitive race. I slightly side with Mr. PC.
Oh, speaking of bad luck though, Luke, Keith Dalglish's evaluation just getting beaten a nose at Sandown in that Sky Bet Sunday Series Stayers handicap and not winning $100,000 bonus in the process. You could weep for Connections there. Desperate for them, but they'll be back hopefully trying to put that right next year. Here we have the horses leaving the paddock though at Chepstow. Looks really well, that horse, doesn't it? The Gravy Train. I saw her running last time out 7 days ago at Windsor. She was well beaten that day actually. I thought she might run a better race than she did, but she certainly slid down the weights to a very attractive mark now, 47. Bearing in mind, what was she at the beginning of the season? I seem to remember it was, or the beginning of the year. It wasn't the beginning of the year. Anyway, she was rated 65 sort of a year or so ago, and the fact that she's now 47 plus the £5 claim, or minus the £5 claim, I suppose, you'd imagine that at some point she's going to get her head back in front. And yeah, Rod Millman not in the luck either yesterday at Sandown, but his horse is 100-30 favourite to win this race. Past Fact next in at 7-2 for Malcolm Saunders and Finley Marsh. There you can see just clipped in half a point. Going the other way out to 11-2 is Mr. PC for Tony Carroll. Fossos at 6-1 and Steady. 7-1 Louis Trez, also Notre Maison, and 12s for Hattie C. pretty big price as the rest, but actually you can see Pyros has come in to 33 to 1 there. Maybe a bit of each way support for Mitchell Hunt's runner there, with Callum Hutchinson taking the 5 off. But there's some well-known colours. Canis Bay Bloodstock for this daughter of Equiano, and William Carver taking the £3 off there for Rod Millman. So classified stakes, the closer you are to 50, the better, because that's where the sort of bang on the weights where you want to be, and that's Notre Maison, Hattie C, both of those rated 50. Mr. PC is as well, so he could be one to watch out for here, with Tony Carroll's horses running really, really well. Non-runner is Quarter Blue for Neil Mulholland, but still got a decent size field of 10 here, albeit a few of these at massive prices. I was going to tell you a little bit earlier on about some of the stewards' results from the stewards' room in Brighton. Just very quickly, just to say that there was a ban handed out in the first race, but not a little bit later on, when we saw Molly Phillips's Temer Khan interfered with by Hidden Pearl. So they deemed that to be accidental, because Hidden Pearl hung quickly left-handed away from the whip before being quickly corrected, and that was what caused Molly Phillips to snatch up momentarily and had to switch her mount. So that's what the stewards have deemed there. But I think it was Luke Catton that got into a bit of hot water earlier at Brighton with the stewards. He picked up a 4-day suspension for careless in the first race. So they've been pretty busy in the stewards' room there. We'll keep you posted with everything as the afternoon progresses. Let's tell you about what's coming up soon here on Sky Sports Racing. Ah, brilliant. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm off to Windsor on Saturday night for the Winter Hill Stakes. And Jamie Lynch is making the long journey south as well to be with me as well. So should be a really good evening at Windsor. Of course, their Monday nights have finished, and we're off there for Saturday night, and they've got Ronan Keating after racing, so there'll be a big crowd and a good atmosphere. Anyway, back to Chepstow. Obama Lammer is your 3 to 1 clear favourite for this 4:05, the penultimate from the Monmouthshire track.
It's fast, it's fearless, it's flat racing. Are you ready? That's the one. Get in on the action with William Hill's Extra Place races. Available every day, all season long. William Hill's Extra Places. Big value every day from William Hill. It's who you play with. William Hill.
Yeah, no real clues in the market. Pyros, there was a little bit of money for him earlier on. Set didn't run too badly last time at Foslas. There is Fossos, Gina Mangan, who's had a winner today, had a winner yesterday as well. She's such a bubbly little character. I love Gina. She's always so positive about everything. Louis Trez then, just coming forward. James Evans' horse. Been running okay. Run badly at Chelmsford last time. There is Fossos just going in. Owner Gareth Cheshire is here. Just had a chat with him. Hoping for a decent run. Ran well here last time. There's Hattie C in the very familiar Wayne Clifford colours. Won at Brighton Maiden. That was the only success. Pyros, I said, was being nibbled at. The Gravy Train, regular here, and Bath and Foslas and all those sort of places. So they're loading pretty quickly there. Captain Ryan just gone in with Kieran Schumacher on board for Jeff Deacon. Mr. PC, I thought I had a decent chance. And he is the last to be loaded. Let's go and join him.
Gates back, away they go. They're racing for the Kazoo Classified Stakes. Rather awkward away from the gate was Pyros. Didn't help the chances of Louis Trez, the Gravy Train down the centre of the track. The grey horse with the blue cap just about the leader to the red cap of Notre Maison. Those two at the head of affairs. Followed through by Mr. PC, the maroon jacket towards the grandstand rail. Captain Ryan, the red sleeves, is prominent along with Fossos. Over towards the far side, Hattie C. Barmer Lama, the pink sleeves, over towards the far side as well. Then past Fact Louis Trez, and Pyros is at the rear of the field. Hurtling on down towards the halfway wide point. Fossos, the blue jacket, just about the leader towards that grandstand rail. Mr. PC follows that one in second. Down the centre of the track, Notre Maison. Over towards the far side, the striped sleeves of Hattie C prominent. Louis Trez, the black jacket, after a slowish start getting into it. Barma Lama trying to make his presence felt as well. Down towards the final furlong they come. Fossos, the grandstand rail, just about the leader at the moment. So Notre Maison, Louis Trez, Barma Lama trying to get going. Hattie C still on the scene as well. Inside the final half furlong, Barma Lama getting on top, but Fossos is battling back. Fossos, Barma Lama, Fossos, Barma Lama. Tight, one for the judge. Notre Maison finished in third. Hattie C was fourth.
Now, my first impression was that Fossos had got back up. We'll have to see. Barma Lama. Yeah, Fossos has gone and done the business, and there's a lot of very happy people. Of course, Deborah Faulkner trains literally just down the road. Her son Tommy shares the ownership with Gareth Cheshire, and what a ride she's given this. It just doesn't it just show you, and we're going about horses when they get their head in front, you know, sometimes gives them confidence. Little Gina, she had obviously a really nice winner yesterday. She had a winner early on today, and she's just given this horse a never say die ride. Look at this. She's almost going past the post in front of the horse. Look how far forward she is. Literally, she's nearly won the race herself. She was literally driving the ears off the horse. And the other thing is she's not a stick jockey either. She's strong enough to be able to get maximum out of a horse, just pushing him along hands and heels. She gives this horse just a tap behind the saddle, and what a great day for her. So well, great 2 days for her. And Alex, isn't it wonderful? You know, she's such a bubbly little character, and she's a good jockey to boot.
Oh, she really is, and it was great, you know, to point out that she's hardly resorted to the stick at all, and you just saw her give the horse a flick in the backhand position. That's what everyone's going to have to do soon. She's really nailed that particular style. And I remember her chatting, I think it must have been to Matt after a winner at Windsor once, and she just put so much into it. I know they all do, but it's just great to see her get a really good spell. And same could be said for Safi Osborne here, who wins on Amarillo Gold at 9-4. Really nice result to get this horse's head in front in the nursery. Let's go to Jace.
Here's our winning rider. It's always a little bit tricky, just the three runners, never know sort of pace-wise. It can always be just a little bit of a conundrum.
Yeah, he jumped. Originally I kind of wanted to get a lead, but he just jumped so well, and there was no point of sort of breaking his rhythm, and actually got into a really nice rhythm, and he did it really nicely.
Yeah, just coming up the hill, popping one lead to the other, you know, so maybe quick enough for him.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he still hasn't had loads of experience. Look, he was slightly outpaced when he was running over 6 in his maidens, and we're just starting to get the grips with him. Obviously, he was a lot better off in the weights today with Clifford's filly, and look, he's done it nicely.
Yeah, I mean, recently gelded, stepped up in trip, he's going the right way. You, 40 last year, wasn't it? You're on target, I suppose, about?
Yeah, obviously I had a sort of a stop-start season last year with lots of injuries, and I don't know, obviously dads sort of haven't really been firing at the same rate they were last year, and we're just sort of trying to build back up, and all my other trainers that support me have been really good to me to kind of keep my numbers going, and dads will be back sort of banging in the winners soon, so hopefully we can get the numbers up a bit more.
And I see the old favourite, Raising Sand, he's got an entry Thursday. Will he go?
Yeah, he's in a racing league at Newcastle. Obviously he's a 10-year-old and he loves soft ground, and there's no point of risking him on anything quicker than that, and the way the all-weather's been riding recently in the heat, I think it's going to really suit him, and he still loves the game so much that it's going to be great to be back aboard him.
And we don't know that much about him on a synthetic. I think he's only had 3 spins on it.
No, exactly. Look, he's back down to 89 now, and his peak he got to about 110, so he was never needing to run on the all-weather at all. He was always Ascot straight course, and that was about it for him. So no, I think we can have a revival of Raising Sands, hopefully.
Okay, hope so. Well done here.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Safi there. Let's go Brighton though, where they're walking round ahead of the last race already. The Sky Sports Racing Sky 415 handicap over 7 furlongs. 7 horses going to post here with 1 non-runner. Big Bard doesn't